Chelsea are world champs.
World champions.
You're already world champions.
Chelsea are Club World Cup champions.
Chelsea are champions of the world.
World champions.
World champions, guys.
Chelsea, congratulations.
World fucking champions.
You've won everything in world football.
Yeah, world champions for 4 years.
Everything in club football.
You're the world champions.
World champions.
World
You
champs.
said
You are the world champions.
World champions, yeah. I'm not gonna be one of them like saying, yo, like there's a Tim Pot trophy. It's a pre-season trophy, bro. It's a Club World Cup, man. See the size of that trophy, bro.
Chelsea are going to have a stamp on their chest for 4 years saying world champions.
They're going to have Club World Cup winners for 4 years.
4 fucking years saying world champions.
You like, I try to downplay it like the mad waking, you get me? But you comes to a point when you're like, you know what, blood? Man can't even like. If they did a parade, yeah, man can't even knock it. You get me?
World champions.
The champions of the world.
They are the club world champions.
Chelsea are Club World Cup champions.
The best team in the world is now Chelsea Football Club.
Champions of the world.
And Chelsea aren't world champions now. Whatever you want to say about them.
They're going to be world champs for the next 4 years.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I want to be there 4 years time.
World champions at Chelsea Football Club.
Chelsea FC champions of the world.
My name is Troops. And I am the wise man. And I would like to introduce the reigning, defending, undisputed, undefeated world champion, Carefree Lewis G.
Boom! We are back live. We are back live. Big up every single one of you that's locked in. Hit the like button, subscribe, all of that shit. It's great to have everybody back in here for another news day. Shout out the chat, bro. Who's in here? Ah, for fuck's sakes. Ah, no. Damn it. Chat, it's over. It's over. Ah, shame. Joao Pedro, I don't know why you've chosen this life, man. Leave that number alone, please, man. Fuck. Ah. Yo, he's a brave man, you know. He is a fucking brave man. Also, by the way, another example that Liam Delap has been told, get the fuck out of the club yesterday. That's one positive. Like, if it weren't already obvious, especially with all the news that we've just seen over the last hour, Liam Delap, leave. You're done. You're finished. Adios. What is it? Au revoir? Yeah, au revoir. Get out of here. Get out of the club. That's the one positive. Why you gotta leave the 9 alone, man? We should be banning people from using that number. What? Ah. Also, anyone who bought a Joao Pedro 20 shirt, you man are pissed. How'd you change his number this close to the start of the season, man? Yo, everyone who's bought shirts over the last month and a bit with Joao Pedro 20, they are going to be fuming. Fuming. But hey. Oh, what? Did you get one? Did you get one? Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, you did. Oh, mate. Oh, they done you. They got to announce that shit early, innit? Damn. Yeah, CP, bro, like, why? Why you gotta be different? Leave the number 9 alone. Chat, we might be screwed this season. We might be screwed. Of course, like, look, JP will break the curse, like, jokes aside and everything. This is all bants and just, like, a little bit of PTSD of all the people that we've seen wear that 9 shirt. Why would you put that curse on yourself? Why? Why? Unless you just told him, right, you gotta do what's best for the club and just help us tell Liam Delap that he's not welcome here. And that might be it. I had a feeling... What is it with you and these predictions, man? Fucking hell, mate. Jeesh. Fair enough, man. Yeah, JP's changed his number. Someone in the chat said, well, obviously Bikino said it as well, but someone said earlier that Quenda's got the number 23 as well. Cool. Cool. Delap has now taken the 12 shirt. You think it might have been the reverse? And like maybe Delap's just gone, hey, look, I need everything I can get to make this Chelsea move work. And I need to get rid of that 9 shirt. Maybe I fucked up by wearing the number 9 shirt and it took away any qualities that I showed at Ipswich. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Instead of trying to maximize shirt sales, Joao Pedro was selling shirts anyway. Now you've just fucked off everybody that bought a Joao Pedro shirt. The numbers are out. So what? They're on the Chelsea website. Or like on Twitter or something. Let me have a look. Has Chelsea tweeted? No, but CFC Daily's got it. Rogers 7 shirt. Yo, I'll be real. That's a skill issue. They didn't even wait for him to get given a shirt number. Yeah, we're going to talk about the midfield stuff as well, but that's not looking great. I won't lie. Everyone, I think like Jabbo that was saying they were a bit worried about Henderson having more of a role than we thought. It's not looking great. So where are the changes? Obviously, Fofana's got number 3 now. Barco's got 4, Tosin's number. Lacroix's got number 5. Joao Pedro 9. 12, Liam Delap. Again, that's just a fuck you, leave the club sort of thing. 18, Welbeck. Omega's got the 22. Quenda's got 23. Shavari has taken Fofana's old number. Mudryk has 33, but we probably won't see him wearing it. Tosin got number 38. Fucking hell, mate. Yo, again, just another example. Leave. Leave. Get out the club. You're getting these random NPC numbers. Get out of here, man. Leave. What do you mean Sarr to Galatasaray from Fabrizio? Damn, everything's dropping now. Oh, wrong Sarr. Alright. Forget it. Forget it. Wrong Sarr, guys. Wrong Sarr. That's Ismaila Sarr. That's not our Sarr. Yeah, bro. At least Delap like took something nearby, like it means anything. But Tosin got number 38, and you've had to watch Asugo lead you out for 2 preseason games. If there was ever a reminder that you're not welcome here, there you are. There you are. Get out. Get out. Yeah, there was some Sarr Al Hilal news. I did see that in the chat earlier. Where was it? Where was it? Big up to everyone locked in as well. I usually like get to say hi to everybody, but we just got caught up. We got caught by the whole Joao Pedro number change. So big up to chat. 400 in here. Love to every single one of you that's locked in. You already know what it is. Big up every single one of you individually and as a group. But the news just piled in as soon as the countdown stopped. I couldn't help it. Usually I just say big up to everyone individually. I didn't really get a chance to. But love for the love. All of you guys. Word to Turkish. Now, where's this Sarr stuff? Real Sociedad wants to bring in Mamadou Sarr on loan. Al Hilal also making a move. Discussions ongoing between the parties. I don't know if Al Hilal wants him on loan or on a permanent. Was there anything else added? Yeah, Al Hilal wants him on a permanent. Cool, we're not dealing with Sociedad. Cool, we're not. What's the point? Go and get the book value, go and get that sorted immediately and use that for some incomings. Because now what we're being told is that it's unlikely we see anybody come in unless players go out. And that includes the whole one midfielder still meant to come in as a Santos replacement. Now we're getting all the in the nose, like backtracking on that. So you might be seeing like Henderson a bit more than you wanted to. So unless things change, obviously, like there's still a couple weeks left in the window and all of that. But now we need to get players out the door. Out the door. That's why all this stuff I'm seeing about Delap and like Tosin and the number changes. Jackson's obviously kept his same number. That and the whole like bomb squad, but not really a bomb squad. Yeah, I gave you the props a few minutes ago. I was like, you might have got that one. You might. But hey. Obviously time will tell, but like we're now being told, I saw a little bit on Max's private. Before we just go back to all of that. So nothing new on Enzo. We're barely even going to talk about Enzo in today's show because nothing has changed. City needs to come in with a big offer, and for Chelsea to feel one of their replacements is genuinely available, otherwise he's staying. That's a very big point. Chelsea need to feel like one of the replacements is genuinely available. Is Wharton genuinely available at this point in the window? Is Alex Scott genuinely available at this point in the window? And as things stand, like I've heard from Simon Phillips that Adam Wharton seems to be like at a high price tag now, something that Chelsea feel like they're being priced out for. And we know what the situation with Alex Scott is as well. Alex Scott, Bournemouth are digging their heels in. They're not trying to let him go. They're not really listening to any available offers. And Man City are still taking the fucking piss anyway. Like, we got the briefs yesterday that they don't want to pay 120 million for Enzo. Okay, leave. Fuck off. Stop contacting us then. Why are you wasting our time if you don't want to pay the money? You put 117 down for Elliot Anderson and you're saying we're the ones that are moving unreasonable. Fuck off. I'll keep Enzo for another year. I don't care. Enzo's still a decent asset for us to have. I don't mind that. But City are dragging it, which means all of our other replacements are getting dragged as well. And other teams also want settled squads going into the start of the season. It's a big season for Bournemouth and for Crystal Palace. They're both in Europa League. They both have a legitimate chance of being in the Champions League next season. Chances that they would never have previously had. They're not going to wait. And like, honestly, why are we waiting for City if they're on this bullshit? Like, they're doing fucking Serie A broke gimmick and you've got chic owners. What are we doing here? You want him, pay 120 million or stop bothering. Because this whole daily talks with City over Enzo, it's just jarring. You know what the money is. Pay the damn money or leave. Like, what is the point of this constant back and forth? Like, you lot don't need a ton of players coming in before the end of the window yourself. You need about 2-3 midfielders. You need a right winger. You need a right back. Bro, stop. Stop wasting our time. You ain't even got Buwadi over the door yet. And man want to do broke gimmick. It's actually jarring. Fucking jarring, bruv. Let me get through a few of these supers. Big up to Nick, bro. Fucking tonsil stone. Big up to Nick, bro. Appreciate you. He says, as much as people will be divided on this, I want Enzo to stay. Yes, he's got a massive attitude and an even bigger ego, but he's an awesome player. Him partnered with Caicedo is immense. I still think there's like holes within that pivot, but like, you already know Enzo is still a good player. He's still progressive. He's still a good chance creator. He'll still get involved with GNA, even though for the most part, Morgan Rogers can cover his side anyway. Like, I don't really, at this point in the window, I get both sides to it. Because like, if you sell Enzo, you're now in a bit of a grey area where now you have to replace him. And we don't have a lot of time to get that sorted. That's why you're now starting to see these sorts of briefs saying we need to feel like one of our replacements is genuinely available or we're just not going to bother. That and there was a bit more on this. Someone asked if they plan to sign anybody else if Enzo stays. And we're hearing from Max, it's a bit more unlikely than likely now. It was also said to him that we have plenty of midfield options the other day, which sounds like Henderson. And obviously, like, Lavia, for however long Lavia stays fit for, like, I can't trust him. No one else can really trust him. But we're going into match day 1, and as things stand, he is fit. He is fully fit. And yeah, Esteval, I reacted to it earlier, just at the end of the countdown, if you want to go back to it. But Why'd you go touch the number 9 shirt? You were doing just fine with the number 20. Like, damn it. But hey, I know they're banking on Lavia. It just makes me think like it's gonna end up being a Henderson thing, innit? I want to bank on Lavia. I've been banking on Lavia for years, but yo, please stay fit, man. Please, I'm begging you. Because if you stay fit, I'm okay. A fit Romeo Lavia does me just fine. I agree with you, Maldini. If he stays fit, we are good. Brother, I need to see you stay fit. I need to see that shit to believe it. And I'm sure you all agree. You all need to see it to believe it too, but... Lavia, please, man. We need you, bro. Oh, yeah, and they also view Reece James a midfielder as well. Barco still exists, even though we've barely seen him. So, yeah, that's probably what they're viewing it as. But damn, I wanted one more midfielder. Big up CJB. Big up, bro. He's saying, watching from the USA lunchtime. Big up, Lewis. Up the Chelsea. Big up everyone watching from the US. Big up everyone watching all around the world. And also the English. Big up to the English. Big up every single one of you, man. Big up, Sai. I hope you're well, too. Big up PFC as well. I'm doing great. Hope you guys are all right. Big up to Kenjoy saying James needs to be a captain and burn that shirt. Yeah, you grab Joao Pedro by the ear. You're not fucking touching that number 9. Fuck off. You are one of our only saving graces last season. Go back. Fucking go back. Big up Bola saying JP20 miles clear of JP9. But we'll wait and see, innit? But I just don't want to see the number 9 shirt associated with Chelsea anymore. But you have a chance to change the script, Joao. You got a chance. And I'll say, I wouldn't have believed in anyone else except you. All right? And big up Blank saying, banking on Lavia's fitness is like banking on Mounts. I can't even argue that one. Mounts actually played more. That's the worst part. That's the fucking worst part. But Lavia's still the better player. Please, please stay fit. I'm begging you. He who just exists. We're trying to find a club for him for around 20 million. But right now, he's just a figment of everybody's imagination. Like, once a month, you'll remind yourself that Mark Hughes is a Chelsea player, and you'll remind yourself that, like, Amari Kellyman also exists as well. There's this brother called David Washington. Like, you have to remind yourself a few months about him as well. And, yeah. Yeah. Them sorts of ones. Yeah, Jardel, I see you asking about Jackson being close to the exit door. It is kind of looking like that. Jackson, Delap, and Tosin are all part of a group of Chelsea players who are training separately. I don't think this is behind a paywall either, so we'll go through the article. Big up Kenjoy saying, if Joao makes a number 9 shirt work, instant fucking legend. You're damn right. He's already helped Chelsea towards a major honour. If you can save the number 9 shirt, there you are. Your name is in folklore. But big up Kenjoy. Big up Mr. Andy saying CP20, JP20. That was special, mate. That was special. But Parma 10 still has the Club World Cup. I'll give him that. He's still got that. But yeah, big up Andy, bro. So, the article is saying it's actually behind the paywall now. Well, it's a good thing I screenshotted that. Fuck you, Matt Law. Where's my screenshots? David Washington to Strasbourg will be a permanent deal. Good. That's some more money sorted. Love. Where is this Matt Law article? Where is it? I screenshotted enough of it before they put in the paywall. Hold that. That's for blocking me, bruv. Delap and Jackson are part of a group of Chelsea players who are training separately from Xabi Alonso's first team squad. Big up, AG. But Chelsea have ripped up the club's old bomb squad approach by allowing the second group, which is as large as 12 players some days, to train at the same time as Alonso's main group and on the same pitches. AKA, we found a loophole. It's another little Blueco loophole. Okay, cool. We're not going to have you training in different facilities. We're not going to have you training at separate times to the first team. You're just going to train over there. over there. You see, there's a ton of pitches in Cobham. We're all going to be on this pitch. You guys go over there. That's it. But Jackson, Delap, and co are still continuing to use the first team facilities instead of being sent to Chelsea's academy building to change, train, and eat, which has been the case in previous years. There was a fucking screenshot over that. Something about a lot of numbers, which has forced Alonso and the club to split the group in the countdown to the season and the closure of the transfer window. Jackson and Delap, together with the likes of Tosin and Disasi, are among a number of players in the second group who could leave Chelsea before the window shuts. Delap had been keen to stay at Chelsea to try and prove himself, but it seems increasingly likely he will leave. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'll leave that on the big screen, but I'm glad to see that. We only deem Sarr available for loan. Well, then that means it's probably going to be Sociedad instead then. All right. Yeah, I've seen the under-21's got a new name. Cobham Next Gen. Yeah, I don't really care too much about that. Big whoop. Academy, new name, whatever. It'd be Chelsea. Now it's like La Masia or something else. Whatever. Some players, such as Henderson, have been training with both the main and second groups, although others have stuck far more strictly to the second group with their futures in doubt. It is believed that no player has been ordered to train alone this year after Sterling posted a picture of him training at night on his own last September, and Disasi posted a photo of his separate changing room last August. Both events prompted the PFA to contact Chelsea about their treatment. However, Enzo, Pedro Neto, and Malo Gusto, who have all been linked away from Chelsea this summer, have been training with Alonso's main group. So, Enzo, Neto, and Gusto aren't really at sell at all costs, which we kind of all already knew. Henderson's just been kept there to build up some fitness. I guess maybe Shavari is there too. I don't know. But the rest is all basically an indirect bomb squad. Indirectly. There's nothing personal but leave. But we'll treat you a little bit nicer. I already said on Twitter, I'm calling them Cobham Fail Gen. That might as well be the right name to go for it, because they're not going to call it a bomb squad anymore because they don't like the optics around that. But ultimately, Jackson, Delap, and Tosin, and Disasi have been indirectly told, leave. Because now we need to start actually trying to push them out a little bit more. Yeah, nice guy, I get it. There's an idea behind Neto being a wingback. I get that, but ultimately there's also a lot of interest around him, and there's some good profits to be made that could go towards other players coming in. Apparently, if Neto gets sold, we're going to look for another winger, or maybe wingback. Not really been given a lot of names, really, but what we have been told is that it is literally players have to go out for players to come back in now. But yeah, they call them the Flamethrower Squad. Yeah, you know what? That's a slightly nicer alternative. But yeah, Jackson, Delap, Tosin, all been told, get out. Leave the club. And we got enough offers for most of them anyway. Obviously, Liam Delap, we got told to expect a Nottingham Forest bit. And I kind of expect that anyway. Just with our knee leaving. With Tosin, we got given earlier today, or an hour ago, Aston Villa links. Obviously, Ezri Konsa's got the here we go to Arsenal. And now they're looking at Tosin as the replacement. Tosin also has interest from Sevilla now. Benfica, Marseille, Sevilla, and now Aston Villa. Whoever can give us some semi-decent money. I feel like with Villa, you can't... Well, Villa probably won't offer something major anyway for Tosin, but the whole idea that, we can't sell to Villa because the 45-day rule isn't really accurate. It's just that it can't be anything inflated. If it's an inflated fee, they're going to look at the market value and see if it's being used as an indirect swap deal. And if that's the case, they lower the amount for both players that can be, put towards PSR. But yeah, I think Tosin could get us around 15-20 million still, and that's pure profit regardless. And there's like already 4 clubs we're seeing interested in him. Can we not like accelerate this then? Are we trying to see what each one of them's offering and seeing what the maximum is we can get? I want to know what Tosin's stance is as well, because like whatever Tosin gives priority to might play a part as well. But the good thing is, the main good thing of this is that we have a ton of interest in Tosin. That is good enough. I didn't even think we'd get 2 clubs in for him. We've got double that. Lovely. Villa would obviously be where the most money is. Villa also have got an air of desperation because they're losing a ton of first-team players right now. It's actually crazy. I might be live tomorrow. Depends on the news. I might be. Hopefully we get like some here we goes. Maybe we can have a Delap leaving party or some shit. But Tosin is the first one that we've spoken about with a ton of interest. On Nicholas Jackson. Nicholas Jackson is just more about hoping there's a bit more to this Ollie Watkins story. Because I'm just looking at this and just seeing a domino effect. Al Hilal going in for Ollie Watkins wanting the Al Hilal move because the generational wealth speaks for itself before even the fact that he'd be competing at the top of the Saudi league and getting a chance to win a league. And also, like, his Villa story's kind of done now, to be honest. I don't think you're going to have more of a peak than winning the Europa League. You've already played in the Champions League for Aston Villa. You've already got them to Champions League football. You've had your like peak season for them in 23-24. There's nothing more for Watkins to do over there. You might as well try a new challenge, try a new climate, and earn a fuck ton of money while you do it. Why not? But if this happens, that opens the door for Nicholas Jackson. So hopefully, Villa gets the money that they're asking for Ollie Watkins. Hopefully, Ollie Watkins gets his move. And then that means we get our Nicholas Jackson money. I know there's like an idea of like Jackson being 10 depth, and I like the idea of it all as well, but bro, I'd rather that money go to someone I could use a little bit more in the future, or someone that might actually break into the first team a bit more. Like Jackson, you're putting him into the 10 because he's too bad with his end product to be a 9. And we've already really got Esteban as well as 10 depth as it stands. So, hey, I'm fine with Jackson going anywhere. As much as I like the idea of him being 10 depth, we got 1 game a week. I don't really need none of that. Man United linked to JJ Gabriel. Ain't that the brother that got cussed out by that TikToker a few days ago? I don't know nothing about the kid, innit? All I know is he's United Academy, I'd assume. Wavy Nudge says he keep Jackson. I understand it. I get it. Good 10 depth. However, there's some good money in there that could also go to a midfielder. Or maybe another centre-back. And I feel like I'd rather go for that. Is that kid? Alright, fair enough. Big up Nick again, bro. Appreciate you for the donation again, bro. Sanchez, fuck off. Tosin, fuck off. Gusto, F off. I don't want to say it too many times and get demonetized over a minute. But yeah. All 3 of them, I hear it. I don't think Gusto's going to end up leaving, though. Chelsea needs an established goalkeeper and centre-back. End of. Rest of the squad is fine. You might get that at centre-back. I don't think you're going to get that in goal. All that we're hearing is that Chelsea are happy with their goalkeepers. Jabi Alonso had some interest in Emi Martinez. That's not gone anywhere. And Jabi's also not really pushing for a goalkeeper like that. He just saw a market opportunity with Emi Martinez, and that's not happening. Yeah, Maldini, I remember I wanted 3. I wanted to rip up the whole centre-backs and start again. Just get rid of them all. But even saying 3, I would have just taken 2 and ran. Now it don't even look like we're going to get that. So yeah, we'll see, man. But big up Nick for the donation, bro. Big up. Who else have we not spoken about from that bomb squad list? Disassi. Now, this one ain't really a tweet. This is a Simon Phillips update. So, Chelsea and Palace are pissed off at Disassi. Because Disassi is waiting until the final week of the transfer window before making his decision and what club to go to. He is basically pissing everybody off. West Ham, Palace, other clubs are on the table. We know Palace view him as the number one option as the Lacroix replacement, but he's still dragging his feet. And I don't really know why. Like, they've got Europe. They'll offer you an opportunity at a European trophy and a chance to like maybe be in the Champions League the season after that. I don't really get it. Unless you're specifically looking for a Champions League club. And look, bro, like, fucking beggars can't be choosers in it. Jeez, what are you doing over here? But yeah, Disasi is frustrating everybody. And Palace could be looking at a loan agreement for Achimpong instead of Disasi. And there's also uncertainty on the latest Chelsea plans for Josh and also the stance of his player and his agent. Because Achimpong does want to stay, but he wants clear identification on like how many minutes he's getting and if there's going to be a pathway into the first team for him. Because he's already wasted about 2 seasons. And I don't really blame him. So there's a lot of grey areas in the Disasi and Achimpong saga so far. I still think Achimpong ends up staying. For the most part, I expect him to end up staying. But in terms of Disasi, you could lose that Palace role very quickly if they just decide to swing by some other centre-back instead. And that's only your fault if that's the case. You can't complain if you get fuck all minutes for the next 6 months. You have enough clubs after you. Pick one and hurry up. Yo, we want to use that money. But here we are, man. Here we are. Big up to AG, bro. Appreciate the donation, man. Thank you for that. He says, why have we ran media about Enzo Fernandez hasn't got a new photo? They have got a new photo. Said they AI'd him from last season's squad photo. That didn't look like the same. Are you saying that's an AI version of the last one? The only thing I could tell is, like, if you take out the PNG, you've still got, like, the white backgrounds from where his arms are. That still comes with it, but I don't think that's the same picture. I can't really tell because they won't show me last season's anymore, but I don't think it is. And the midfield looks semi-weak, I'll be real. It feels like that because there's no because it's Lavia. And we don't know how long Lavia's going to stay fit for. But ultimately, like, there is, what's it called? There is still Barco. There is still Asugo for now, even though he hasn't had the greatest of preseason. So I do get the weakness when it comes to Asugo's side. Maybe he gets better towards the end of the season. But we need outgoings if you want another midfielder. And I don't know how long we can go with the saga not dying before like Wharton or Scott just becomes unattainable. Because it's just getting too late into the window. Not now, but like, yo, a couple more days pass and shit. Media duty is literally just... Bro, I thought the pictures were there already. Well, I already used Enzo's like picture for this season on the last video. Like, that's got a current Enzo pick. It ain't got last season's. In fact, furthermore, that's probably how I can check. Because I have last season's from something previous. No, I don't think that's the same. I don't think it's the same. Like, the second... Like, the one from Enzo this season looks so much more tanned than the one before. The one from last season, he looks more pale in that. So yeah, AG, I don't know. I think your mind's playing games on you still. Because I don't think they've AI'd that. I don't think they have. What else was there? Front of shirt sponsors. No chance of Chelsea receiving 60 million per year this season. Maldini, I'm the same. I'll only just drop an Enzo bid if I ain't got content, bro. I'll just do a 10-minute Enzo vid. Because why not? Everyone wants to hear about Enzo, even though nothing happens. Realistic expectations should be in the range of 45 million annually. The 40 million from HB proved to be insufficient. We had a 40 million a year deal and we rejected it. The club doesn't want to position itself too low by sticking to the 40 million rate from the 2015 to 2024 period. I've got a theory, and like this comes from, I think, something I heard from Eunice Talks Football. Do you think maybe like this whole thing about the Premier League Plus app now being like soft launch in Singapore, and the idea of that maybe dropping in a year or two, do you think Chelsea are just waiting for that? Because there'd be a fuck ton of money in that Premier League Plus deal. And then maybe, just maybe, you'd be able to like get a higher sponsorship deal after that fact. That's the only thing that makes sense at this point, because I really don't know what we're doing when it comes to this front of shirt sponsorship thing. Liao links. No, there ain't no Liao links, and what would even be the point of that now? Liao to Chelsea at this point. That's something I would have conversated about a few months ago, but like I don't see that. We have reportedly been offered the chance to sign Rafael Liao. According to who? This is from May. They rehashed a link from May, this bullshit Read Chelsea page. What the fuck, mate? Check DMs. Alright. Bless for the update anyway, even though I don't believe it for a second, but bless for the update with Liao. Exposing Chelsea's 140 million shirt sponsor gamble. Alright, is there any game footage? Alright, fuck it, we'll give it a watch. It's a 2-minute video, but fuck it, why not? Why not? Alex Branford.
To Chelsea not having a shirt sponsor is commercially incompetent, but that's why Chelsea could. Everybody thinks that Chelsea not having a shirt sponsor is commercially incompetent, but that's why Chelsea could keep having zero income from their sponsor for years, and it still makes sense for them to do this. Now, you've got to remember who owns Chelsea Football Club. It's owned by Clearlake, which is an investment firm. And what do investors do? Well, they buy assets that appreciate. And that's the framing to think about this. Don't think about the income, think about the asset value. They think that Chelsea, with a front of year's shirt sponsor, I think it's in the realm of £60 million. But according to reports, the best deal they can find is around 40 million. Everyone with a non-finance mindset is thinking, oh, well, they're leaving, all this money on the table. But you've got to think about it from Clearlake's perspective. Because what you do when you sign that contract for £40 million is you set a market price. Clearlake will sell Chelsea eventually. They're going to build a financial model, and in that financial model, it will say front of shirt sponsorship, £60 million. And a buyer will ask why. You just got a massive problem because you've signed a 5-year contract proving that somebody's only willing to pay you 40 million. And the most important part of this is football clubs are not valued at 1x revenue. Major European clubs trade at roughly 5 to 8 times value. And Chelsea, I think itself currently values at around 6 to 7 times. So that £20 million matters massively. If you can prove that Chelsea sustainably generates an additional £20 million of commercial revenue at 6 to 7 times valuation multiple, that could be worth £140 million worth of additional enterprise value. Suddenly, sacrificing some sponsorship income today becomes way easier to understand. So the trade-off that you have to assess is how many years can we do this before we start to lose money? Gets you roughly 3 years. So the bet now becomes...
So we kind of already got there, but it's something long-term, I'm assuming. This is about just proving you can make more money than what the asset's actually worth. Okay.
Can Chelsea crystallise a bigger commercial deal within 3 years? And I suspect that's kind of what this whole bet is based on. Is Chelsea with...
That's where I'm kind of thinking like that whole Premier League Plus app might come in.
All of the young cream of the crop players that they have, is one of them going to become a superstar, like a Haaland or a Lamine Yamal, who justify massive commercial involvement in the football club? There's one enormous problem with this strategy, and because it's brinksmanship. Ultimately, they have to do this, because if they come to a point whereby nobody's willing to pay that, and trust me, I wouldn't pay that. You'd have to pay me £60 million to have my name on Chelsea's shirt. If it doesn't happen, you have made yourselves look like complete mugs. I understand Chelsea fans' annoyance with this, because ultimately what that means is that cash flow could be used to compound the gains of the growth of the football club, grease the gears on the business side of things. So I understand the trepidation, but ultimately this is it. It's alignment of incentives. Clearlake are an investment vehicle. And in this case, the incentives aren't really aligned with the best interests of the fans.
Well, at least he managed to end it on that. I said someone try and translate that in layman's terms. Basically, like when they sell the club, I'm assuming they need to show that the club's able to make more than what the worth of the club is. And to do that, they're basically waiting out until Chelsea's in a period where they can get a 60 million front of shirt sponsor. Definitely seems risky. At least you could kind of say we're like getting onto the right path now. It is only one window though, so like I want to wait a lot more before I say that. This is probably why they also just do the thing where they wait till the second half of the season and get like an inflated fee just for that period. Because even that on the books to a point probably shows that you can make a lot more than what the worth of the club is at that time. Because you're still making a lot of money per game just for that small period. Bit complicated, but I kind of understand it. I kind of get it. That's superstar though. Yeah, Joao Pedro, man, time to step up. You gotta drop that 9. You gotta drop that 9 shirt, mate. How much did Ifsai pay us? I think that Lou class account should have it. Was there anything? I don't know. It might have to be a Google check. 15 million, they're saying. Well, I'll check. I'll just Google it. How much did Chelsea make from IF's AI sponsorship? Front of shirt sponsorship. Yeah, it was 15 million. Estimated 15 million. If I change it to per game. So it worked out to around 15 to 20 competitive matches for the men's and women's team. Averages out to $1 million per game. I guess that kind of sounds good from their perspective. I guess like the financial side ain't really like my side of things. Yeah, you see, that makes sense. That actually does make sense when you put it like that. Big up Maldini. Big up to Sai for dropping 3 memberships as well, brother. Big up, broski. Make sure you hit them likes and make sure you give thanks to Sai for those donations too. So that actually does make sense. They wait until a certain period of the season, sell for around what would be 60 million if you just doubled it up to a year, and then it kind of looks good on the books. These motherfuckers. Alright, cool. So second half of the season, front of shirt sponsorship it is again. Please, just like not an eyesore like Ifsai, man. That's the worst sponsor I've ever seen in my lifetime watching Chelsea. They didn't even like the free sponsor like that, but I'd take free any day of the week over that shit. Fuck that. Basically, Jabbo, because when they end up selling the club, they need a sponsorship deal of that amount to show that the club can earn more than what its value is. And that's why they could sell the club for more. Gotta get our financial hats on, innit? Yeah, bring back the Mac, man. Good vibes. Bring back the Mac. That weren't an eyesore. That was a good-looking sponsor. Not Ifsai with its fucking big-ass logo. And just the word if. I don't want if on the front of my shirt. It's so indecisive. Well, it's kind of like Chelsea last season all over, to be honest. Yeah, Infinite Athlete was all right, too. I didn't mind that. Infinite Athlete was decent. Dodgers Bomber. This better actually be a bomber, I swear. Dodgers Bomber. Benfica have approached Tosin's team at Chelsea. And Chelsea. Nice. Go on, North Side. Forza Benfica. Big up North Side, man. We need this. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Good shit. Can we get a bid, please? And also, please don't do the Syriat thing and pretend that you're broke. So we don't need that. I said Palmer's eyes. Hey, you might as well just do that till you get a sponsorship. Or just put the Chelsea Foundation or a charity on there. Why not? And then you can just put them onto the side afterwards. Well, no, but then again, they probably wouldn't get a lot of money from the charities. They wouldn't care unless it's the Chelsea one. Yeah, Marco Silva, go get your boy back. Go get your fucking boy back, man. Smash up those likes, guys. I think we still got some more things to go through before I throw the link out. What else did we have? We kind of all already knew this, but Joao Pedro new contract has been signed. No extension, but the option for an extension. And yeah, thankfully we look after the players that we value. We only get rid of the players that we don't like. So yeah, good to see Joao Pedro signed up, especially with the Barcelona interest, because he was keen on that Barcelona move, but he hasn't moved disrespectful about it. He hasn't sent his agent around on a wild goose chase. He just asked Chelsea. Chelsea said no, and he said, okay, I'll stay. I don't mind it over here. I like it here still. Big up to Joao Pedro, my G. Big up, bro. Now, please, drop the 9 shirt. Please, I'm begging you, drop the 9 shirt. I'm asking you nicely, Pete, please. Savić TV extra. Fucking hell, man. That's peak, bruv. But yeah, thoughts on Belabor. For United, I think it's a good move because they need somebody that's going to eat up ground. They got too many slow players in that midfield. Good players, but just not really athletic. I think Belabor helps up the athleticism in that midfield. They need that. They really need that. Yeah, bro, that's a fucking dark avenue. Please tell me that was meant to be Kobe Mainoo. Yeah, it looks like Mainoo still. Alright, you know what? Fuck Mainoo. I don't give a damn, bro. Alright, cool. I thought you were going after my boy. I was like, leave Saeed alone, man. That's my dog. Big up Saeed, bro. Is that the like? You, man, are moving like Delap. Hit up them likes. Smash that thumb button. The thumbs up. Hit that thumb up. Smash that. Yeah, look, we know banter aside, he probably will. I just don't want to see the 9 shirt again. If I never saw a player wearing the 9 shirt for my club again, I would live at peace. You know, I'd be happy. I know, man. I see man in the chat talking about Hasselbank, and that Hasselbank was just before my time, just before. So all I know with the number 9 shirt is misery, straight misery, and like a 3-month run from Tammy Abraham. That's it. But yeah, anything else? Badia Shields completes his Napoli medical. Big up. Off you go. I now have no more use for this app. Nothing. No, cuss. Alex was on like one of the last few streams. You might have missed him. Zubimendi. Kieran Gills brought up Zubimendi's name again. A new name I've heard is Zubimendi. Also expect him to stay, but Alonso is a fan and vice versa. Alonso and Zubimendi share the same agent. Interestingly, one member of a midfielders camp who Chelsea have targeted as a replacement for Enzo has told us now they don't think the Argentine will be sold as the time for that has passed. He hasn't even really said anything about Zubimendi except Alonso's a fan. And I know they worked together at Strasbourg. Alonso was his coach at Real Sociedad B. And Zubimendi's had a lot of good things to say about Xabi Alonso. He said that he's his idol. And he's very fortunate to train under him at the academy in a very important year. But I don't see it happening. I don't think no one in the chat really sees it happening either. It's an idea. But Arsenal don't want to sell to rivals. Arsenal like their midfield depth. I don't even really think Zubimendi wants to leave. Maybe this would be something that you could see with Zubimendi next summer if he's not happy with his minutes. But I don't really see Zubimendi leaving right now. So yeah, it's a nice idea and everything. It's a little topic, but... What, Julian Alvarez going on strike? Yeah, but who's going to put up the money for him? He's just wasting time. Yeah, you're just gonna make it even more toxic for you when you have to crawl back to Atletico Madrid. Like, bro, I don't like you. You signed that with that big ass release clause. Clearly, you wanted to commit to Atletico, or your agent is shit. One or the other. I man them in the chat are still falling for VS and the trolling. Fair enough, man. I say we're not making top 10. Yeah, big up, man. It's good to see you in here, bro. It's good to see you in here, man. Yeah, Nathan, that's what I think it is, bro. You had a bad agent. You had a bad agent and like now you've just locked into Atletico for the long haul. Deal with it. No one's trying to pay you your money. Deal with it. So yeah. Here's what it is. Oh, I don't even know. I just saw it in the chat. Although we know like Alvarez wants to leave. He's been wanting to leave. But you are not getting your move, mate. You're just wasting everybody's time and yourself. Like, when you go back to the Metropolitano for that first time, it is going to be peak. But yeah, link is going out. Oh, yeah, I saw that as well. Jorge Mendes is not involved. I kind of feel like that makes more sense anyway. Like, why would you wheel in another agent for, like, a deal that already involves an agent? Like, I didn't get it, but I was like, all right, cool. If Chelsea are trying to push him, maybe they want to let him go, but it goes against everything that we've heard from previous reports. But, all right. Either way, I'm just so bored of this Enzo saga anyway, man. All it is good filler for content if I need to talk about something. We'll just talk about Enzo and talk about how this doesn't look like it's going to happen because these men are moving like bitches. So, all right, cool. Cool. Check CFC Daily. What's CFC Daily saying? Seems like Chelsea have scrapped the CFC London tag from the majority of its branding. CFC have been used more and more across merchandise and branding. Where? I haven't even seen that. I haven't even seen any like new stuff from them. Big up, Nathan. Sorry about that.
Big up,
Megasol. I haven't seen anything new from them. Well, I did the WWE range that they dropped. It did have just CFC. It didn't have CFC London on it. But even the belt that I've got, like the fucking back of the belt, still says CFC London on the back. So, no, I haven't watched All You Can Eat Chelsea, but I saw Jimmy complaining about it. He said he was going to do a reaction video. He said it was an Enzo circle jerk sesh for like 2 hours. I do need to listen to it back. But I ended up just listening to like Joey while I was at the gym. So I'll probably listen to it in my next gym session. Anything new? Yeah, all the WWE stuff has just CFC on there. Let me see quickly. I'll bring it up on the big screen for you as well. Summer of 64 range. It's all just got the OG Chelsea logo. Back to school. It's all it's got just Chelsea on it. CFC London on the diary, but like that's on clearance, so that's a bit of an older one. The Nike Express range, this is all the stuff for like this current season. They got more Chelsea and Chelsea Football Club, but there's still CFC London on this. Either way, like it's all irrelevant. It's all irrelevant. What are you saying, Nathan? Anyway, man, there's been a lot of news today.
Yeah, it's been quite a fair bit. I mean, it's just good to know that at least they're accelerating the process to get rid of the players that we don't want for the most part. Just being a bit.
Should have done it a few weeks ago, personally. Actually, no, like Jabby probably wanted to give everyone a fair chance in pre-season.
Yeah, I think so. Which is understandable. Obviously, just have a look at the players and then decide relatively quickly that, yeah, they're not going to be a part of the squad for this season, and just politely sort of put them to one side, not do that whole bomb squad thing we did under, Rosinha, and like, obviously that did not end well.
What do you mean I missed Hazard at the Mega Store? Oh, fuck off.
Really?
Yeah, bro. He did like a casual thing where like he was just wearing a fucking tech fleece and just seeing if anybody recognized him.
Damn.
Ah, bullshit. I was thinking of popping down there yesterday too.
Unlucky.
Load of shit, bruv.
But yeah, like I got confused. Like I saw like Fofana's name and I instantly thought Wesley Fofana. That just goes to show how much I didn't think of Datra Fofana, like David Datra Fofana. So
what's happening with Datra?
He's on that list as well of the quote unquote bomb squad. So like obviously the likes of Tosin, Saar, and Salmino, Disassi, Shaman. Yeah, they're all the players that should go on that list. And yeah, I saw the name Fofana. I thought, oh yeah, it must be Wesley Fofana. I'm like, it's not. It's Datra Fofana.
Now, according to Simon Phillips, like Jabi Alonso really likes Wes.
Nah, this is like his last chance season for Wes Fofana, like to prove that he can stay fit for one and actually like play consistently well for once, instead of having his bozo moments. But yeah, look, I'm calm with Wes. I know he's on 200k. He's the joint highest earner at the club with Reese. But look, if he has a good season, it's the same with Lavia. This is like their last chance saloon this season, in my opinion. Like, try and stay fit, prove that you can play well. Otherwise, next season you'll probably be sold more than likely.
Yeah, cut out the laziness and the bozo moments. He's still a quality fucking defender, man. There's a reason why I was backing Wes so much before he just embarrassed us all year. There's a quality aggressor there, but you're being lazy. You're making dumb mistakes. I'm seeing you get done up by Hoyland all match and fucking like lazily tracking Anthony Gordon and shit.
Yeah, back post and all that when he doesn't track his man. But another name I guess people probably thinking why isn't on that list is Gusto, which even I'm still a little confused with Gusto, to be honest. Like I personally would get rid of him, but he's like not on too much wages, to be honest. And like also we're asking like 75 mil, which is taking the piss. But
and also like if we're like pushing for this back five system, there's good rotation in that role. Because we're not going to do reset wing back anymore. That's done.
No.
That's
He's
dead.
right
Centre
back
back
or
when you're
midfield.
playing in the midfield. Yeah, exactly. So with that in mind, and also with Neto potentially leaving with a big money offer, there's still room for Gusto in this squad. He's just a bozo. And I don't think a lot of people want to keep him, but he's still going to be there as depth. And I don't really mind as depth if you're only going to be playing like really starting Carabao Cup games. Like you can't fuck up against like a Cardiff or a Wrexham. As I say, that bear man fucked up against Wrexham.
And
you can't
I guess,
fuck up against Wrexham.
I guess the same goes for Henderson, right? Because obviously a lot of us are really kind of like not really wanting to see him play a whole lot of minutes, but that's why I guess the likes of Lavia needs to prove that he can stay fit longer. Asugo, if he's staying, then he needs to show he's worth something. And then obviously Barco is another one that also needs to prove that he's worthy of staying as well, like actually getting minutes. Obviously he's gonna be staying. He's not getting loaned out, but yeah, to try and keep Henderson out of the team for as long as they can. But we just gotta wait and see. Lavia, yeah, it's just we know the talent he's got. It's just fitness is the only question mark we have looming over his head. Really, he literally just completed one full 90 in preseason games, so that's what we're on right now with him. So
I don't think we see him start on Monday, to be fair, because Enzo still ain't going to be fully fit.
No, I anticipate Enzo will be on the bench, so it should be the case. I'd be surprised if he does start, but yeah, it probably won't. But
we'll see.
It's a waiting game, really. I know it sucks because the window obviously closes on September the 1st, so that's when we'll fully know what squad we're dealing with, like the whole squad. Because if any crazy bid, like good enough bid comes in for like Neto, obviously Jackson, he's probably going, and someone's going to pay up at some point.
I think Neto's going to be the only big money transfer that we get. I don't see Enzo going. But yeah, to Don't Look Back, who's saying like, who tells Lewis Neto is leaving? Big up Smokey, bro. Like we're seeing enough offers for him. Yeah. Like the latest one I just saw, like it's earlier back into a stream, but that was it between Spurs and Al Hilal for Pedro Neto, because it doesn't look like Savio might be leaving. So if Savio ain't leaving, Spurs are swinging back in for Pedro Neto, and that's before we talk about Al Hilal that are just willing to drop the big money for him. So I genuinely think Neto leaves because he's got multiple clubs interested in him. Enzo's one club that's refusing to pay what we're asking for. I don't see him going.
Yeah. That surprised me. It surprised me the whole Savić deal, because Tottenham appeared like they were relatively close with that deal. I still don't know if that deal's going to get done or not. Then I see like Neto's
25
linked with
million though
Spurs.
is mind games. He's been
Oh no,
awful
it
for
is
2 seasons.
100%. And to the Neto point as well, this is probably the best window to sell him because I don't see his price coming anywhere near the figures we're being quoted that we could potentially get for him in this window. Like next window, we're probably closer to about 40, 45 mil max for him. If you sell him next window or the window after, depending on what season he has, if he stays with us and we don't end up selling him. But yes, even still, like even Baleba, like the price he's gone to United for, around 60 mil. Didn't really have a great season with Brighton last season, but shit, because he's a midfielder and everyone's desperate.
That has gone down though. They wanted 100 mil last season. I think United have pulled off a blinder with that one.
For the most part, he's young as well, but he's a good player. It's not like he's a terrible player or anything, but it's like still because the way the market is moving right now, it's like an extra 10 to 15 mil on top of the price that they probably should go for, really. But yeah, look, it's. Neto, like
they've made some really like good financial like incomings when it comes to midfield. Like Tielemans' release clause, Andre Santos. Obviously, we should have got way more than what we offered for him, and now that for Baleba, fair fucks.
Yeah, I mean, because what, like Mason Mount, like he hasn't really like featured a whole lot since he joined them, so they've always needed
figment of imagination. He's injured again, I think.
Oh, not surprised. Obviously, Casemiro left as well. So, yeah, United's midfield was finished. They needed to revamp it. They've done it pretty much. So, there you go. Somewhat back in Carrick, I guess. Because there were concerns about that before the Baleba deal was announced.
Just quickly, I wanted to bring up this one from Arpans about Lacroix paying a visit to Palace. It's no problem with that. Because this guy's just come straight back from the World Cup and the Chelsea deal got confirmed after that point. He hasn't had a chance to go back and say his goodbyes to the backroom staff, to the players, and that's just him saying his farewells. Nothing wrong with that at all. I appreciate you bringing it up. Nothing wrong with that. It's just him saying his goodbyes. That's completely normal. You leave a job, you say goodbye to everybody, and then you go about your life. That's all he's doing.
Yeah, he may not have got the chance to say goodbye before, so that's why he's doing it now.
Yeah, man, I don't think he would have had an opportunity. Unless it's like a WhatsApp group chat thing. It's like, yeah, bye, guys, before you get booted out by the next captain. Yeah, Hato went back with, like, yeah, it's normal. That's just normal, man. Nothing that deep at all. So Al Hilal interest in the permanent transfer of Sarr. Does anybody care if it's permanent or on a loan?
No.
Haven't really seen a lot of him.
It is what it is, man.
As long as it's profit, I don't care.
Yeah.
It should be like, well, what did we even get for Sarr? I mean, what did we buy him for? Did we even buy him?
I think it was like 20 million or something.
Yeah, 20 odd million or something. I don't know. I don't think it was
12 million.
Oh,
okay, 12. Oh, there you go.
I'll take a 15-20 though. That'll do.
Yeah.
That'll still count as some sort of profit.
If it's Al Hilal, we can get like 25, 30.
Yeah, 30 million for him.
If it's Al Hilal,
yeah.
we can bump up the price.
Unlucky Danish.
Maybe they like doing book value though. Their selling thing is like they'll just throw you all the money at once.
Yeah,
and not
straight up, yeah.
But they don't like getting bumped.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, look, waste of 6 months. Such a waste of 6 months. The brother came straight off winning AFCON and like being man of the match in the final and lost all of his momentum immediately.
They did the same with Anselmino. He was doing well at Dortmund, got injured, and then they take him back, send him to Strasbourg, bring him back to Chelsea, gets injured again.
Well, no, Dortmund was because Dortmund were trying to tap him up at that same time.
Yeah, they kind of deserved the way we treated Dortmund. But like for the player himself, though, like that was like the best he was playing until obviously that happened. But now that he's injured, he can't go anywhere.
Max is saying, is both Wharton and Scott realistic? Big up. Bro, I would have said a week or two ago, yes. Now all we're hearing from the sources is that we might not even get another midfielder.
Any of them.
We might just leave it with what we got.
Well, I don't get this. It's like, why do we need to sell Enzo in order to be able to go and get, even if it's one of them?
Because it's like
the money.
So you're wait, hold up. Explain to me how we're gonna have £100 million midfielder on the bench. Even if it's Enzo or Wharton, because Caicedo's the other 100 million. It's not gonna look good because Scott is being counted for 90 million. You're gonna tell me we're gonna spend 90 million on a third choice option because we're playing a double pivot.
Oh, yeah, we're playing a double pivot, yeah.
That makes no sense. If we played a 3, sure. Or if we got Wharton out, so now we're gonna have Enzo at 105, Caicedo at 115, and Wharton at 100 and something. And one of them is gonna be a third option between between Enzo and Wharton.
Yeah, but the thing for me is I worry about Lavia because I don't trust him.
Yeah, that's fine, but it doesn't make sense to have a £100 million midfielder as your backup option. Also,
no, I hear it.
That's the only reason why. If Scott was like 70 million, I think we would have gone for it.
Yeah,
that's the thing. There's another twist in the tale as well because potentially City could pivot away from Enzo and then go for Wharton. So
yeah, that's the rumor.
I thought that made way more sense as an Enzo as a Rodri replacement. Anyway, I didn't get the obsession unless it was solely Maresca pushing it.
I think
that's the narrative we heard is that he really wants Enzo back, like to reunite with him. So it's allegedly what it is.
But,
Wharton, if it's just Enzo Maresca, then Hugo Viana is just even worse than I gave him credit for. Because Pep would have Tiki tell him like, no, we're gonna get you this profile and this profile, and I look at Man City's recruitment this summer, and I think like you man are not prepped for this season at all.
Yeah, they're not.
Your problem, bro. I don't give a shit, man. We're all in the same boat,
more or less.
So how do you feel about Chelsea going from second position to 6th, thanks to Joao Pedro getting the 9? Why?
We had a good run. We
have good things in our lives, man. Fuck.
We had a good run. That's
like he really took like that Ancelotti snubbing seriously if he's going for the 9 show off the dome. But why? I don't get the point of it, man.
I have close friends telling me if he does well in the number 9, they're gonna get tattoos of him at the end of the season. Literally, they're saying that.
Shit, I might join them on that. Fuck it.
Hey, we've been crying out for a proper number 9, so hey, if we can do it, then fair play.
I want to know who's taking Did they say who's taking the number 20 yet? Because the number 20 is like cash money right now for us.
Yeah, with Palmer and
Palmer, Joao Pedro.
They've left it. The number 20's been left.
Damn.
Someone else got to take that. Esteval, go take number 20, bro. Go shine.
Yeah.
20 or 7, Festival.
Yeah, you don't need number 41 anymore. But yeah, at least like I was saying earlier, the only good thing about him taking the number 9 is it's another way to tell Liam Delap you're not welcome here.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
You're taking the number off him. Tosin lost his number as well. Yeah, just get him gone. That's the best way to
Tosin's
do
got
it.
number 38. They do not rate this guy.
So
he didn't even go and take Palmer's old number to like follow his little brother or something. Yeah, your problem.
Yeah,
your problem.
Anyways, I back Joao Pedro to do well with the number 9. When he's back.
Yeah.
I think
the players behind him just need to give him service. Really.
Yeah.
Well, no, I've just seen all sorts of bullshit with that 9. Like, if he does his ACL tomorrow, I'm going to be fuming with whoever gave him that number.
Yeah.
And then we can confirm we need to burn that shirt number.
Bro, I got there when it got to like Lukaku.
Yep.
When Lukaku came in, I thought like, look, this has to be the dead set one. He signed a 5-year deal, and then the fucker quit after 6 months.
Yeah, and then I thought Delap should have really nailed it.
Aubameyang, and then Aubameyang, they just stopped playing him because he had the bonus appearance fee in his contract.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the
And
club
then
skill
from
issue.
Aubameyang, it went to Liam Delap. So shout out.
Delap and Lukaku is more of a skill issue as well, mentally, because they're just idiots.
Yeah. If there's anyone to break it, it's him.
Working on Savić and Marmoush.
Okay, they might be off. They might not be after Neto after all.
They're going for Marmoush.
Double deal to sign Savić and Marmoush.
Fucking hell!
They don't give a shit about their wage structure if they're going in for Marmoush.
Yeah, and transfer money. That's gonna be. They're spending almost 500 million.
Although, like the one thing they needed to work on is that forward line. So if they get Marmoush, damn.
Literally, their forward line was the worst in the Prem, like out of the quote-unquote Big Six, like Richarlison and them and up top.
Yeah, look at Spurs in 400 million in one window now. God damn.
Those are 2 good options there.
Spurs, man. Marmoush just got too much wages, man. Come get Liam Delap.
He's on
Go get
290 a
LD12,
week.
bro.
Yeah, Marmoush is on 290 a week at City, and I don't know what Saviño's on, like 100 something. It was.
Let me check Saviño's wage.
Well, they surely paying Marmoush like 300 and something K.
120k. Yeah, he's on something
It's like
cheap.
295.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marmoush is
Well,
on near 300k.
Yeah, 290 or something. Yeah.
Fair fucks. Yo,
Wait
these
till
men
Daniel-
are serious.
They wait till Daniel Levy fucks off, and then they go and drop all this money, huh?
What happened to our good relationship with Tottenham, where we can't give him any scrubs? These men had
Why
the
we're
lap
not giving them
links
scrubs.
in May, and it didn't lead to anything. Ah, fucking shit, bruv. Big up Max saying healthy Lavia starts over Enzo in a 3-4-3. I think a healthy Lavia would have saved us in so many games because we would have been running Enzo and Caicedo into the ground. Them physical midfields that we faced, the likes of like Arsenal and Newcastle and like them sorts of midfield. That's what we needed a Lavia for. We saw it in that Liverpool game, the one where we lost 2-1. He fucking bossed it in the midfield of Caicedo. Even Maresca was saying at points, I'm dropping Enzo because I need the physicality that Lavia and Caicedo give me in the middle of the park. And then we just kept losing it. That's why I get the idea, like, if you want Lavia and saying Lavia is why we don't need a midfielder, but I stay fit.
I know. I beg we can get him fit, bro. Man, inject him with some kind of super soldier serum, bro. Where he can stay fit, man. I
You
beg.
just have to ask what Caicedo gets, man, for his serum, and just do that.
More or less.
Yeah.
I'm saying the City players clearly don't rate Maresca. Hey, look, if they sell Marmoush, maybe we can swing Delap or Jackson their way. Fuck it, like, City clearly don't give a shit how this season goes.
I mean, they're supposed to be selling
Jackson
Nico
will go
Gonzalez to
Villa.
Newcastle as well.
Jackson will go Villa.
Yeah. Like, once Ollie Watkins heads over, that domino will drop. Like, Jackson to Villa has been, like, they've flirted for about 3 years straight.
No, that's a deadline day signing because that's the 46th day for that whole trade situation. It's going to be deadline day. That's the bomb.
You think it's deadline day and an inflated fee or just, like, something normal that could be done any day?
So what, Nian?
I thought it was the day
Like, the
after.
whole-
I thought the actual deal.
45-day rule. The 45-day rule only counts if it's like over market value or like something.
Yeah, but I
overinflated.
thought someone calculated. I thought I saw a tweet or something that like they calculated the actual 45 days later, and that was like after the deadline date closed. So that's why it couldn't be done. But I could be wrong, and that person could be wrong who said that.
Is it the day after? Because it could be a deal sheet thing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, true. Maybe if it's I think it was the day after. So if a deal sheet goes through, maybe that could be a way around. But as you said, it can't be an inflated price. So just gotta watch out for that.
Interesting bomber though. Big up Randy Viper though, saying I acknowledge you, my kind tribal chief. God bless you, Randy Viper, man. Keep cooking on back again. And he says, can we swap Palmer for Troop Starboy Bakayo Shocker? No, we don't need four passes in the UCL final, bro. I'm sorry.
He would, but Lewis, imagine him as left
Big
wing
up
back.
Randy though. Bless up.
Saka at left wing back would be a vibe though. Saka left wing back. Hey, remember those days? We remember those days.
Yeah, but he ain't got the legs to bomb up and down that wing anymore. Like he's gonna be in a Zimmer frame.
That's true. That's true.
That says no Joao, why retire this fucking number? MNG Blue, I agree with you, man. Why are we even still running this 9 bullshit? We don't need it. Call it 8+1 or something. I don't need any more number 9. Yeah, bruv. Take 81 or some shit.
If there's anyone to do it, it's him. If there's anyone to break that curse, it's Joao Pedro. I back JP.
I hope he does, man. I really hope he does. I got too much PTSD, too much bad flashbacks from that. I said that about so many players.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, here we are, man. Yeah, it's more Enzo money, and then these dickheads are going to tell us they don't want to pay above 120 million. Like, for me, that brief that we got from the City briefs yesterday, that's it for me with the Enzo stuff. You don't want to pay 120 million, go away.
Yeah. Well,
because there's no way on earth, even like Fraser said, there's no way on earth we are accepting less than what you paid for Elliot Anderson. Why would we do that?
No. As it only goes one or two ways. They either use this money now to go get Enzo because Maresca really wants him, or they're going in all in on Wharton, and they're going to obviously be like, all right, we don't want Enzo then. So We'll see.
I saw links today.
What was
And Wharton to City. I saw links that they're apparently after Wharton now.
About fucking time. That's what made more sense for them anyway. As much as I don't want to see it, that made way more sense than like Enzo as a Rodri replacement.
It does.
But even if I'm Enzo, I'd be insulted. Like, you've been here for 3 years and Man City don't even want to offer more than what we paid for you. That says a lot about your 3 years.
Yeah.
Not
Or at least from their side.
Not to mention Real Madrid had to put an official statement saying they don't want you as well. So
yeah, man, find some self-respect that you've lost for yourself all summer and just get to work.
Yeah. Let me just say this about Enzo. Enzo, if you're staying, man, you better put your head down and lock in, man.
Facts.
Leave all that BS behind you, lock in, and deliver a good season, man.
I agree, but I don't really have... I'm not really worried about that. I think Enzo definitely would lock in. The way he locked in for the back end of last season when nobody else did says to me that he will put everything aside once this whole season is over. Because we ain't been unfair. We've demanded a fair amount that even his agent has come out and said is fair. It's like, it's fair with the value of the market and the quality of the player. It is what it is. If no one wants to pay it, it's not our fault. If we're rejecting 120 million, I'd get Enzo being pissed off with that. But we're not. No one's paying that for you. So you know what? You're going to have to work a little bit harder. And maybe if you work a bit harder, it won't be Man City and it will be your dream Madrid move coming back next year.
And who knows, maybe if he delivers another good season, come the end of the season, the board might give him the wages he's asking for.
I'd be very shocked with that.
They might.
I don't know. They don't seem like they're diverting away from this wage structure. Like they've seemed to have changed a few things, but I don't think they're changing that.
Yeah.
Maybe though. Maybe. Like, I won't completely write it off, but I would be very, very shocked. But yeah, big up JLE saying send the 9 to Garnacho at Villa and forget, bruv. I agree to leave him there and forget. That's why we got to support him this season. Every Villa watch along, we need to all be back in Garnacho. Every single one.
We must.
No, it ain't going to be easy, man. He's fucking shit, but we move.
The wages Enzo's asking for, was he asking for like 250 or 300?
I'd assume around that because that's where like Tonali and Gravenberch and Mateus Fernandes, that's the sort of wages they're on. So he's looking at them. The problem is he's at Chelsea where everybody else has conformed to the wage structure and they're absolutely fine with it.
Don't you think there's a chance that we might end up giving like a player 250?
Nah. Because then you're going to have a lot more people knocking on the door asking for it. Like Caicedo, Reece James, Joao Pedro, Palmer, all immediately are going to be asking for that.
Rodgers at some point, if he does well. Yeah.
Bro, you know with Rodgers, I'm surprised that Rodgers is on 150. I thought he'd be on like 200.
Yeah, I think he's on the same wages as Villa.
Yeah.
Was he at Villa on 150?
Yeah, he was at 150 at Villa.
Because they bought him from they bought him straight from Middlesbrough, so they're like probably tripled his wages or something from there. But yeah.
Let me just double check.
But then again, is that include the bonuses as well for him? Like potentially only a little bit more than 150?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it was 150 at Villa too.
Okay.
I think with Chelsea, it's solely about being wanted. Because like Arsenal were dragging their feet and looking at other options. He didn't really feel like he was wanted or being taken seriously. Whereas Chelsea seriously wants him. They got everybody involved to persuade him. I think that just did enough for him.
As he said in his interview as well, also the project, like how, like, it's obviously these players would be consulting their agent and their family and whatnot, thinking like, oh, if I go to this club, how will it actually work? How am I going to fit into this system and all? And it doesn't take a genius to figure out. Everyone knows how Arsenal plays, and obviously seeing how Xabi Alonso wants his forwards to play, or his 10s, if you will. I think it was quite obvious for him. He made the decision. Yeah, how much Palmer played a role in that as well. Playing with your best friend, obviously, also a factor. But I think professionally speaking, I think he just saw the style of play in the system. He's like, I'm more likely to have better performances at Chelsea than at Arsenal.
Yeah. Wait, are you guys surprised on Palestra's wages? He's on 150.
A little. That's quite a big jump, like from Atalanta. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a big jump.
A lot.
They was really rating, and to be honest, from what I've seen in preseason, I get it.
He's looking good. He's looking good, though. He's looking good.
Good frame, good profile, and like just very high potential there if he continues developing.
Yeah.
And also, that's what helped persuade him over Inter Milan as well, because it's Serie A, you can just like flex your money on them, and it don't mean nothing. That better stop him from being homesick, by the way, because we've had a really big problem with like homesick Italians and everything.
That's what I was gonna say, like, because especially he's Italian, they don't typically want to leave their homeland, like especially the weather. They hear about what the weather's like in England and all that, but look, he's young, so maybe he's more adventurous than the average Italians.
But
I
that
saw the video of
week.
him and Hato trying some coffee from England, and you could tell he had one sip. He was like, "Get me the fuck out of here, bro! What is this shit? Are you mad?"
Yeah,
then they gave him a different one, a sugary one. It's like, this is just a milkshake. Even like everyone I hear talks about Italy and England, the only thing they'll speak about is the food and the drink and the difference between the pair of them. Even
Also,
McTominay, when he
levels,
made
man.
like the fruit's
Levels.
actually fruit here. It's
I was
not
gonna say,
bollocks.
I was going to say, keep the tomatoes away from Palestra as well.
You can't compare the
brother.
food in
Italian
Italy to
tomatoes.
England, man.
My brother,
Levels,
import
bro.
your shit, please. I beg you. Just import it,
Yeah.
just so we can keep you for the long term.
He has enough money to do it, so yeah. Import
trust.
your food, man.
Agreed.
No, it's Al Hilal that wanted the permanent, innit? Okay, yeah, that's cool. I thought that was new news.
Yeah.
What other stuff was there? David Washington to Strasbourg, permanent deal. Love. Bye.
Fucking hell. We hate them. We genuinely hate Strasbourg, don't we? Fucking hell.
We don't treat them like we actually give a damn.
Jeez.
Like, you know,
It's
just
a
moving
bargain
big
bin.
pots.
Well, to be honest, they get some prospects that like we view that we could take from them after a year.
I mean,
or
they made
two.
him some good money, right? They just sold Julio and Ciso to Ipswich, and they sold some other defender, I think, back to the Prem, also to Ipswich. So they made
And
some.
there's that
Remember them-
Koulibaly guy that's being brought into Blueco.
Bro, remember them saying Enciso had a guaranteed spot in the team, apparently. So, something like
If
that.
he played well, yeah.
Yeah, if he
Yeah,
played
when it comes to Strasbourg, these men just make it up as they go along. If you're good
Yeah.
enough, you'll make it to Chelsea. If you ain't good enough, you're getting binned off elsewhere, or they'll just leave you at Strasbourg.
So I'm probably kind of glad we haven't bought a third club, because having one other team that hates our ownership is bad enough as it is. We don't need another like Portuguese club to also hate. hate
I
Chelsea
don't
as
mind.
well.
Just more pressure on them motherfuckers, innit?
No, like if anything, I hate the Chelsea fans because we're obviously owned by them. Not so much, obviously, yeah, fuck Luco, obviously, but so we
Glad
need.
we're at least at the top of that chain, and we're not the ones that are just
For the most
feeding another club. Thankfully.
I just maybe if anyone finds themselves in Strasbourg, maybe like just cover your Chelsea kit, maybe potentially walking through the city streets.
No, if they say fuck Blueco, I'll join in with them. I'll be like, fuck Blueco too, bruv.
Yeah, no, that's what it is.
Ooh, little Fabrizio update. Always said since the end of June, two wingers, Savić or Neto plus Gakpo, and Marmoush or Jackson as the main striker option. So Tottenham for Jackson isn't dead. Interesting. Very interesting.
Potentially the wages could be the stumbling block for Marmoush, maybe, and then they pivot to Jackson, hopefully, but other than that.
Jackson to Tottenham after suing all over their gaff would be fucking brilliant.
Well, at least he knows how to score in their stadium. Just obviously
Yeah,
against
not a
them.
lot of their strikers do, to be fair.
Not Sri Lanka, no.
Yeah, or fucking R9.
You know, it's funny, they actually just sold their young striker Will Lancashire to Middlesbrough for £20 million. He's already scored a double on his debut and scored in the Carabao Cup. He's got 3 goals in 2 games. And that's obviously 3 goals in 2 games. He's 21, but I don't understand why they didn't keep him, considering got Richarlison and Slunky can never stay fit. They're going to sell
One game
of
a
their
week
next
tax,
best-
innit? They're in the same boat we're in.
Probably. When it comes to strikers,
Brother,
though,
well, they got to sell one of their strikers anyway. Like, is Richarlison or like fucking who's the other
Solanke.
guy? Solanke. Neither of them are leaving, are they?
No,
I don't think so, no.
So it's just bring another striker to try and hopefully push one of them out the door.
Yeah, well,
Your problem, not mine.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'll even
At
Troy
least
Parrott
it's good-
since he left Spurs has done alright for himself.
Yeah, I saw. Where did he go?
Real
again? I
Betis.
don't
He's
remember.
going to Real Betis
That's it.
in Spain. Yeah, from AZ Alkmaar.
Spurs aren't going to pay us what we price either at. Why wouldn't they? If they're going to pay 85 million for Savić, they can talk to us about Pedro Neto, if they're even considering that shit. And when it comes to Jackson, we want 60, 65 million, which when you take the wages into account for both of those players is probably just as fine of a deal. I could see Marmoush go for less because of the wages. But the wages would still make it as expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, big up MNG Blue, bro. He's saying Delap is shit, but nobody believed he would be as bad as he was, scoring just one league goal. The 9 curse is fucking real at this club. I'm worried now. I understand. And if there's one person to break it, is Joao Pedro, but I understand. Like, with the curse of that number 9 shirt, he might do his Achilles in 2 days.
God forbid,
Reaper,
man.
brother.
God forbid.
I understand, but bro, they're not paying the money. It's time to just put the gun down. It's just not going to happen. I know you want him gone. I understand. They're not paying. They've just said they're not going to pay. Like,
what do you guys make of these Zubimendi links?
They won't go away, will they?
There's
I don't
nothing
think there's
in
enough
them.
to it. I think this is something that could happen next year if he doesn't like the minutes that he's getting. But this summer, why would Arsenal sell? And furthermore, why would they sell to rivals?
Yeah.
Like, they got great midfield depth. You keep that because you're trying to compete on all 4 fronts, and a lot of your players are coming back from a World Cup year.
Yeah, don't add up.
Yeah, it don't really make a lot of sense to me, man. Big up Daniel, bro. Big up Mello saying JP took the 9. Yeah, he did, man. I know. Didn't really want to see that, but here we are, man.
What that mean? Now or something?
The what?
Does that mean he's cursed now?
More or less.
God forbid. I'll pray for Joao Pedro every night before sleep and hope that it helps. I said touch wood. Okay. There you go. That's wood. I ain't doing a prediction until after during the international break when I need content. There's no point of doing it when the window's still open. That's just all for fun and games. But yeah, Daniel, what are you feeling about the news today? Like the bomb squad, there isn't a bomb squad, but there's technically a bomb squad. And we got a ton of clubs in for Tosin.
I mean, they always have a bomb squad. That's their thing. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Get rid of them, I guess. I mean, once you sell them, you sell them. But if it doesn't work out, then you're not able to. Because it looks like these teams that are interested in these guys are interested in some other players too. I don't know. Like, Aston Villa is interested in Jackson, but it's also interested in the City guy, right?
What, Marmoush?
Right? Isn't that what he's?
Nah, that's Tottenham.
Oh, Spurs.
Yeah, that Fab tweet's about Tottenham.
Yeah, I'm not trying to sell the Spurs anyway, but I mean, I don't really care about. I don't care about these players. I think having a bomb squad is bad precedence, though. I think unless a player has been disrespectful to your team, you shouldn't just cut them off.
It's a respectable bomb squad. They're not cutting them off now. It's just you train on a different pitch, but you still get access to first team facilities and all of that.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah. So I mean, those are my thoughts. It's not strong feelings about it, but I don't know. As long as they lead the team, I guess it's fine. There are players I don't want anyway. So.
The Sassy's pissing me off, though. I'll be real. You could bomb squad his ass. From what we hear, he's just dragging the whole Crystal Palace situation to the last week of the window because he's still waiting for other clubs. West Ham's also waiting, a few other clubs, and like everybody's just annoyed at him right now. But he's still dragging his feet.
Yeah,
just wait on that one.
Sassy I don't get it. Some of these guys we've known had to go since the start of the summer, and they still haven't found clubs. So are they? There's only a couple things that must be the reason for that. One is they just didn't want to go till now, and now is when we're kind of forcing them out. Or the second is that clubs are waiting until the last week of the window or last day so they can get them for a very low price, right? Because if you bomb squad these guys and then it's the last day last week, then you have to sell them for whatever bids come in, right? Well, right now we're asking for 50 for a guy like Delap, and there's been no bids so far.
Nah, we've heard like Forest were going to get involved, but they still haven't dropped anything yet.
Yeah, it's either they're waiting till the end of the window to offer those deals, or there's no deals coming. Those are the only two things I can think of why, for the entire summer, we've known that we don't want this guy and we want him gone, but there hasn't been a single bid come in for a lot of these guys.
Nah, the Disasi, all I know is that's on him. But everybody else, like, they just haven't had bids. Jackson ain't had a bid. Delap ain't had a bid. Mudryk, I understand because he's only just come back. I don't even know why anybody would take the risk unless you're seriously desperate.
Yeah.
And then who's the other one? Tosin. Tosin's got a couple clubs in for him. Benfica have just contacted Chelsea today about him. And then Marseille and Villa. Villa want him as a Konza replacement. God bless their heart and soul.
I don't get the kind of business Villa are doing, man.
No. Neither do I, but look, you take Jackson, you take Tosin. I don't have to worry about you this season for Champions League. Love, big up.
But also, a lot of these clubs just need to, like, obviously generate the money to then obviously buy slightly better players and whatnot. So I think that's what the hold-up is, why we're not seeing an influx of bids left, right, and centre. That's why Villa are, like, clearing out their squad. Obviously, other teams look at Newcastle, how slow they are with trying to get players in and obviously getting rid of players out and all that. So it's the whole PS squad cost ratio. That's what's killing a lot of clubs with their income, especially teams that got into Champions League in Europe, because the rules are obviously different, more harsh on how much you can actually spend based on how much you bring in revenue. So that's why you're seeing a lot of clubs sell first before they then buy players. So that's why it's kind of, it's like the whole domino situation where one player goes and the player comes in. Obviously, where a lot of our players are going to be linked to a lot of clubs. So that's why we're involved regardless in most of these deals happening this window, because a lot of our players being sold are of interest to a lot of clubs, which I know surprises some of us with likes of Delap and all that, but we'll take it where we can. But yeah, it's just a matter of clubs getting their business done first before they can send bids to us, which unfortunately could make it closer to deadline days deals happening. But it's just the way it goes.
I'll just have to see, innit? Big up MNG Blue saying I might be the last one to believe in Nico. Keep him. I'm not really that arsed with him. You're only 10 depth to me at this point, and I've got enough 10 depth with Esteval. I don't really need to. I'd rather use that money so we could go and get another centre back or maybe another midfielder. There's no point in keeping Jackson. If we had multiple games a week, I'd hear it. It'd actually be some decent depth to keep. But what's the point? We've already got enough nines as it stands. It's going to be Omega and Welbeck as the depth. Make of that what you will, but I'd rather go in with that than Jackson and Delap. Because I already know what I'm getting with them, and it's not enough. I'd rather be able to judge Omega for a year and say, you're either good enough or you're shit.
Yep.
Yeah, bro, I've already said I got there, man. Bro, you're good depth for the 10, but I don't really need that when I've got Esteval that can also play in the 10. Where does Gittins fit in? Just if you want to play with a back four, then Gittins comes in. But even then, if you tell me to loan Gittins for a season, cool. I'll get some more minutes. You got barely any last season. Go play some football. Same energy as Mudryk. Yeah, Mudryk has to go on loan for his own sake. You sit here for 6 months. You're just wasting time. And I am not doing make-a-wish. Just give Mudryk minutes because, oh, boo-hoo, you didn't play for 18 months. Sorry you went through that shit. I don't care. You weren't even good when you were playing. For year 5 of Clear Lake doing make-a-wish Mudryk, get in the bin.
Quenda's still in the squad, right?
He is, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
But
There's
he's
options
looked
for a
at
back
as
four.
he's looked at as a right wing option.
Yes, well, he prefers playing there, but I think he's looked at as an option for both wings.
Okay.
Similar to Palestra. I don't think Gittins would be used as a wing back. He's not really used to that. Not really used to that.
Wait, who has a wing back?
What was that?
Wait, who did you say is playing as a wingback? Gittins?
No. Quenda.
Okay.
Gittins ain't gonna play wing back. I think that's the reason why he lost favor at Borussia Dortmund, because they went to a back five and he just isn't useful in that system.
That's pretty much what happened.
Gittins, I think you're only keeping him if you want to switch to a back four at any point for whatever reason. But the same way, like, it's probably better to just loan him. If you loaned him, I might be a bit more inclined to keep Jackson as the depth instead, because at least Jackson would make sense playing in a back five as 10 depth. But if not, like, one of them got to go. I'm not really asked which one it is. I really don't care.
That's the situation with Neto, isn't it? Because apparently if he goes, we go in for another winger, yeah? Another attacker. They said, like, universal attacker.
Yeah, but it have to be someone like similar fundamentals that can play out wide and potentially do a wing-back shift. Gittins can't really do that.
No.
Getting another... I don't... okay, Neto currently maybe has played 85%, maybe 90% of his games on the right side, right?
Left side.
For Chelsea?
For Chelsea, it's probably a mix of both, really.
Let me look this up, because...
He had like one FA Cup game from what I remember. He had Cardiff in the Carabao where he played on the right. It was shit. He had Charlton on the right. He was better than Garnacho. Had a decent game by his standards. And I don't really remember any other games he's played on the right for. Every other game, I think he was only on the left. Big up Blue Studio saying, if Chelsea win the league unbeaten, Lewis, how would you react? Let's say hypothetically. I'd say we've stolen the only chain Arsenal have that they can flex on anybody. That would be fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
However, I don't see that happening.
On the Prem.
I don't see that happening at all. Bro, like, we're just getting to like a point where we can respect our back line. I ain't going to a whole point of going unbeaten after that. Not yet. Let's go back to having at least top 3 best defenses in the league like we did under Maresca before we do that.
Baby steps, man. Baby steps.
Yeah, man. Big up Blue Studio, though. Appreciate the donation. Yeah, Daniel, did you have a check on that?
Yeah, checking transfer market right now. Just give me 1 second. Looking at the...
Yeah, that page is a motherfucker.
Yeah, it just fucking... It takes a while to load.
He had 6 games at right wing and 17 on the left.
Yeah, sell, man. Sell today, bro.
Palace and West Ham. I'm guessing off the bench for Palace, and then he got injured against West Ham, and we never saw him again. Charlton, he played on the right. He had a good game then. Lincoln City, he played that Lincoln game on the because Garnacho was on the left. Barely noticed him.
Wait, are you looking this up in transfer market?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
And then Barcelona, he came on at the end on the right, and the same for Napoli.
It's telling me for 25-26 in the Premier League, it's pretty much evenly split, like 17, 19, 14. 19 on the right, 14 on the left.
He never played a full season in the Prem.
Neto?
Oh, before you're talking about Gittins. Sorry.
Oh, not fucking no. I'm talking about Neto.
Oh yeah, Neto would have played either side.
Because Neto plays either side, but on the right side, we're pretty much taken care of. I feel like Estevao, Palma, and Quenda off the right side. It's off the left side that we don't really have that many options unless you, I don't know, unless you let Quenda play there.
Yeah, it's just him and Estevao and like maybe Palestra as well.
Because who else is? Sorry. I'm mostly talking about like left wing. So I guess it'll be Rodgers and Gittins.
Rodgers, Gittins, and yeah, that would be it.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, but Rodgers and Gittins. So I mean, if it's just those two, then I guess you can keep Gittins for the year and let's see what the fuck he does, right? Let's see how he ends up playing. But
But Kenda can also play left as well, to be
If
fair.
they sign
Did
somebody
that
else,
Sporting.
they have to get rid of Gittins.
But that's the thing, if Neto goes, apparently that's what we're doing anyway.
Yeah, wait, hold up. So if Neto were to go, would we look at bringing in another attacker?
Yes, that's what we've been told.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
what they're saying,
We've
but
been told like one big transfer out for a big transfer in.
But my thing is why would we need another attacker if like
Yeah.
it just doesn't make sense unless you get rid of Gittins and then get somebody else in.
No,
You know
I
what
just
I'm
think
Like,
I just think
I
they're
don't
giving
think it would be
Gittins a
one for
season.
Gittins.
No,
So I don't think Gittins would come out. Sorry,
because Gittins had that injury last season, so I think they're giving him this season like as leeway for what happened last season. So I don't think Gittins is
They gotta
on
loan
the
him
chopping
though.
block.
He's a 60 million player. So if you're gonna like, it's either you keep him or you don't. You know what I mean? Like it's either he stays and he plays or you send him on loan. Like
Yeah, that's
just
what I mean.
having
Yeah,
him
yeah.
there as like a third left winger is pointless.
I hear that. Yeah, because you're not going to get anywhere near the price you pay for him if you tried to sell him. So it'd have to be a loan, but I just don't see him loaning him because Mudrik's going on loan. So I think they're keeping him, obviously, on Rogers the left hand side. Kendo can also play left because he did that at Sporting Lisbon. But obviously he's on the right with Esteval. Obviously Palmer right 10 as well. So I think that's pretty much our options. Obviously Neto being used at right wing back. But as I said, he's up for sale. So if a good bid comes in, he'll be gone, and then they replace him.
So Lewis, if a winger is coming in and Gittins isn't going, like how would that core look like? Wouldn't it be 3 left wingers at the club at that point? Or you know what I'm saying? Like wouldn't it be 3 guys?
Yeah, and then would you call like maybe Chavaria one too? Or as a potential option? Because like,
he's
a lot of his work's meant to be going further forward.
He'll be a mix. I think he's going to play wing back. When we play wing back, I think he's going to play a lot, which means that's even less time for, whoever the backup wingers are. And yeah, it's really interesting to see how we're gonna. If we get somebody else, I think it just complicates things even more. Unless you get rid of Gittins. So that's why I'm saying that they have to commit on what they're trying to do with these guys. Or do you believe in Gittins and it was just one season and we want to see what he does this season? Okay, then cool. Just sell Neto and then keep him. If not, then you have to get rid of Gittins. You can't have all of them. Just like when you had Garnacho and Gittins, they weren't both getting a good amount of game time, even when Gittins was fit.
I think like Jabby sees something in him because remember the quotes that we heard about him like at the start of preseason. How he wants him to be more confident, keep taking on your man, keep trying things out. I don't think Jabby's personally looking to get rid of him, but then you must have an idea for him in like the 10 roles as depth. Then,
right?
It's the only thing that makes sense.
Like left 10.
Yeah, because like the wing back thing, like we saw him play wing back in one of the preseason games, and he struggled defensively. He couldn't handle it. Just any balls over the top, he couldn't deal with.
Yeah, he was cooked. Yeah. But that's because he's not.
So there must be a 10 roll or bounce, or just like an option if you want to switch to a 4 at any point.
Yeah,
right. I mean that would make sense because if we're struggling in the game and we start with a 5, that's probably going to be the go-to option, right? Would be to switch to a 4 and bring a winger on. I just think in one of those scenarios, it's probably going to be taken off. It's actually going to be taken off one of the wing backs. It's just. I don't know if you have 4 guys on the bench because in that scenario, currently you have Gittins, Esteval, and Quenda on the bench, right? With Neto gone, obviously.
With Neto
gone. And then so you have another player. Let's just leave Neto there because if they say Neto go, someone comes in. So right now you have all 4 of those guys on the bench every game.
Yeah,
not enough minutes for that.
I think like whatever happens this season, you're gonna have people that are pissed off regardless.
Yeah,
25-man squad.
Not enough game time.
You have to go deep in the Champions League, fucking cups.
The cups.
You gotta go deep in the cups.
You have to go really deep in the cups. I still don't know where Barco is gonna play or how many minutes he's gonna get. Because we have a double pivot now, so he's gonna be in the double pivot. That's gonna be interesting. You know what I mean? And especially if we sign somebody else. Yeah, we've sold a lot of waste, I think, in center back, but there's still some waste elsewhere that we got to get rid of. My Europa chasing blues. Man, watch your mouth, bro.
I said Europa chasing, bro. Bro, don't worry about what we're chasing, man. You focus on making sure you keep that league.
Yeah, he trying to violate, man. He trying to violate. Europa chasing. Man, watch your mouth.
Yeah, I'm starting to get to a point where, look, if everyone wants to be scared shitless, bro, I ain't gonna be scared shitless. Fuck this. So you're in it till you're out of it.
We don't need to be scared, to be honest.
That's my vibe. 1 game a week. We're in this race until we get booted out. I just ain't gonna say anything giddy like last season. I ain't trying to be a clip. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to speak to Alex and get that tweet deleted, bro. Motherfuckers, bro. It always gets reloaded every 2 days. But no, Joe, I was listening to Joey's chat yesterday. He motivated me on this. Fuck this. If everybody's scared shitless, I ain't gonna be. Yeah, Abs, you know what I'm thinking? I've been thinking in the back of my head the whole time anyway. Everyone's scared shitless. Fuck this, man. I will get involved.
Scared of who, man?
Scared of what? Scared of what?
Bro, as in, like, everybody's scared to say that they think they can contend for the title. Oh, I don't know. Everybody's being quiet. Fuck this. We got 1 game a week and I rate our attack and our backline's a bit better than last season. Keep everybody fit and I'm on this.
Bro, listen.
If we die, we die.
Hold on, Lewis. Hold on. Let me grab you. You know that meme of the guy walking
away? If we die, we die. I don't give a shit. Hold me back. I don't give a fuck.
You know that meme of the guy walking away and he grabs and says, come back here, come back here. You go too far, okay?
Yeah. And guys,
we're
listen.
in it, so we're not in it.
Hey,
that's all I'm saying. Until we're not in it, we're around. Everybody starts on 0 points.
You my man. I ain't gonna let you go out like that this year. You went out like you. Not this year. We're not doing this.
Yeah, no. I ain't getting in
out like that this year, man. We're not letting.
I ain't no favorites, no involved until Christmas. Fuck that.
Bro,
Fuck
this
that.
Arsenal team ain't no team to be fearing,
listen,
bro.
Don't let Joey gas you, man. Let me tell you.
The man them following.
Go for the leaf.
The man them following.
You follow you. You leading these niggas to hell, bro. Yo, slow down. Don't do this.
Bro, I'm in hell already, bruv. Oh, then once. Fuck it. Everywhere I go, I see a fucking Arsenal shirt. Fuck this.
Yeah, no,
we don't need to be fearing them, man, bro. We don't need to be fearing them.
No.
That's my
They're just
thing.
efficient. There's nothing scary about them. They're just a consistent team. That's it.
That's the thing. If there's no exceptional teams, the efficient team wins, right?
Yeah.
And that's what this is.
That's how they won the league. They were just efficient.
I'm hoping 1 game a week just kind of like closes that gap.
I'm still looking at it and I'm still not seeing exceptional teams. Like City has made themselves so much worse.
Have?
You know like City is so much worse now. And I'm looking at them like I watched the FA Cup game. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is shit.
Yeah.
This is really bad. And then you see them get rid of Rodri and I'm like, whoa, I don't know. I think City they're back to competing. They're with us. I'm gonna be honest. They're with us.
Yeah.
That's why if everybody's here, I'm willing to be the best of the bad bunch, which means fuck it, I'm stepping up.
Got it. And Darkseid grabbed Superman's cape. Yep, that's the meme, man. Let me go ahead.
But the thing is, like now,
holding Lewis
nobody has to be at an exceptional level to be in the race. Like you don't have to be hitting like City, Liverpool levels.
They won it with 85 points. It wasn't like crazy. If they got like 95, I'd be like, all right, damn, that's
high levels in order to be in the race.
I agree with you, and which is why it's like but the problem is consistency, right? And we have talented players who are good enough, but they're super inconsistent. Which is why, like, when I say, yo, I'll take this player, people are looking at their individual ability and like, well, he's not the greatest player in the world. That's not why I want him. I want to establish a certain level of consistency because that's what's going to help us win in this era. Just like every single game, perform at a 7.5. You probably win the league. You probably get 82. You know what I mean? Because without a team that is like we're terrible for 90% of the game or 90 minutes, we're usually good for like 78 minutes.
And we make a lot of dumb mistakes.
Those last 12 minutes are just like we're fighting for our lives for some reason. Can we have a consistent you know what I mean? A consistent game of 90 minutes of play at the same level. That's what we need to get to.
Yeah, just do that, cut off those mistakes.
You have to cut out errors, right? So
those errors.
Getting rid of Ramsdale, it's not like individually Raya is like so much more talented than Ramsdale. He's not. Raya just barely makes errors now. Which helps them a lot.
You know, just don't make just not when we're winning 2-1. That's when you decide to pass the ball to the fucking striker. And now we're 2-2, and it's like fuck. We played so well. The game's over now. We drew the fucking game. I think that's where all fucking errors are at, and I want to look.
I know, but there's got to be a point where you get experience enough of the amount of games that you play that this sort of stupidness don't happen.
But
I just think it was down to immaturity, to be honest. Because obviously we had a whole squad that was comprised of young players.
It's why you just it's why you look at Spurs the way you look at Spurs. It's not that, and even when you look at us, bro, when you get to, if I told you we're gonna get into 8 finals, you'd say law of averages, you win 3 of them, right? As a great team, law of averages, you win at least over 4. We've won 0. So they're getting experience of getting to the dance and lose it, right? They're getting experience of getting to. I'm talking about the domestic finals.
That's
right?
where Hendo comes in. He beat us in half of those, prick.
Yeah. Right, but the reason why I wanted a player who can actually play is that in those games, that's when they play in those games. Whereas, I know we're going to be good. Just let's get over the edge. Let's get over the hump of we know what it is to get there and finish. Once you know how to do that, you know what I'm saying? Then your star players are going to get exponentially better. It's like winning it's like what they say with fighters, right? Once you hold the championship belt, you're just 20% better. There's a certain confidence that you have.
Yeah.
When you fight in the next person, you're just 20% better than you were because now you just know I'm champion. I'm the best.
No, I know, but there's confidence and there's also complacency, which we have also seen after we've won league titles.
Yeah, but that's
we have.
And I'm just hoping the balance leads more to a bit of complacency.
No, but Louis, we're not even there where it's like we're so good that we just feel like it's a given, right? It's a given.
I know, but we're not 10th place bad. We know that as well.
No, we're not. Yeah. I think we're, as we've been saying, we're in that cusp of we make the crucial errors that take us away from, even when we started dropping off last year, right? How did the drop off start? With Maresca, how did it drop off from us, quote unquote, challenging to not challenging? It was those
last. As soon as we started relying on the rotation, we don't think we have to rely on that as much.
Going to the rotation, having to rely on those guys, a few injuries here and there. I've never said Reaper. I don't think we're at challenging yet, which is why I want certain guys to come in. I keep saying it. I'll mention Fabian Ruiz and guys well, he's not exceptional. Yeah, but he's a winner. He's got over that hump.
Fabian Ruiz ain't
Who
exceptional.
said Ruiz ain't exceptional, bro?
Bro, you guys are not in my Twitter conversation.
No. I know you've heard people that I believe you. I just mean
Mandem were telling me on Twitter. I call him Mandem FC. Were telling me on Twitter no, you want Fabian Ruiz? I'd rather get
that man are smoking Boj, fam. They're saying that.
I'm like, I hear it, man. I guess, but for me, it's just this is why I want some of these guys. I want to look. I was okay with Xhaka coming in, right? In a normal Chelsea season, or in Roman's year, we're talking about let's go get Neves. You know what I mean? Let's go get Neves. That's who we want. We want Neves. He's that player who can play in our team, but we're not there. So I need someone everybody's favorite at Enzo to be on that level where he's that dominant. Because they're inconsistent. Meaning in some games they'll play like that, and in other games they play like they're fucking dirt. Or even in the same game they'll have an excellent pass that's wow, that was crazy. And in the same game you can't pass the ball 6 yards.
That's why I'm just hoping one game a week just helps them to be more consistent because you get more breaks in between.
And they already had that shit on Poch, man. We thought once they had it
on but bro, Poch was injuring half of the squad, and that squad was a lot younger and a lot less experienced at that time, with also a tactical dinosaur involved.
Yeah.
The only thing I could look to is that we got Xabi Alonso, so you think he's actually going to properly coach these players, unlike the previous managers that probably failed in that department, to allow them.
The players are saying that's the best coaching they've ever had at Chelsea, and that was just in pre-season.
Because it's a number of off-the-field things that people often overlook, like the maturity. So you bring in, again, like a Henderson, a Welbeck, players who have been there, done that, know what it's like to be in situations when things aren't
The
going your way, you're
intangibles.
losing a game. Yeah, exactly. And a manager like Xabi Alonso has actually been the manager of a team that's losing 2-0 or 1-0. Was, he made changes to make the team actually bounce back and turn a game around and all that, which we haven't had managers like that under this ownership. So that's why I think like the Xabi Alonso aspect and also the coaching stuff, the new set piece coach, Austin McPhee, that could be the difference between an extra 10 plus goals from set pieces, which we often waste and have wasted over previous seasons. So when you put all these together, I agree, it makes us seem more of a more believable prospect to challenge Arsenal. But at the same time, we still have a goalkeeper in Sanchez. We still have question marks surrounding our centre backs in Wesley Fofana. Cole's just come back from an ACL, so obviously there's going to be some question. Reece James again has never really been the same.
Nathan, would you agree that there's two paths for us to get this league title? It's either we go out and sign the best in the world and we automatically just become that good, or the players that we currently have become the best in the world, right? So, like, if Palmer's back to his form of his first 2 seasons or first season and a half, right? And Joao Pedro continues his form from last season and preseason and everything else. That means we have 2 players who can get 20 goals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We have 2 players who can get 20 goals. If Rodgers is who, so there's a lot of development that needs to happen. And I think the manager that we've gotten is a really good manager to start that process and really help them with that. But just like what Jose did, right? When Jose came in, the team already finished second. So that was they were further along. But when Jose came in, he brought in, guys who are very experienced. Now, obviously, higher quality than what we have here. But yeah, he brought in guys like a Carvalho. You know what I'm saying? He brought in guys like I think Paulo Ferreira signed in that season too. Carvalho, Paulo Ferreira, Makalele. A lot of those guys came in that just that took us from second to.
I'm gonna do a poll. I want to see what people are
unbeaten
saying.
At home to 15 goals conceded. Yeah. We made a crazy jump. I'm not expecting that crazy of a jump, but I think if you get certain level of experienced players who can start, you jump up another level. I think we become a challenger, genuinely.
Because for time as well, last couple of seasons, complacency has been the biggest problem with players who were in the starting 11, but no one was good enough to challenge them to take that position of them. So they just, like, you had Noni Madueke just constantly playing in the starting 11, just not improving, not getting better. So that obviously just waste our time in the, in terms of trying to get goals and whatnot and assists. Pedro Neto, same thing. Like, obviously, yeah, it's important to have players that are capable, like how I look at Pep Chavaria, the way I look at Palestra, these fullbacks that are athletic as, like no business. Like, these guys can run up and down for days. You know what I mean? Like that level of competitiveness and endurance is only going to help us, especially defensively, but especially going forward as well. So when you put all these pieces together, and obviously Alonso allowing them to realize their potential and coach them properly for once, like the managers have done before, then yeah, like it's all there for us to take. We have the opportunity to actually do something for once. You know what I mean? Not just be like, oh, we're just there to maybe get a draw, possibly, maybe get a win if we're fortunate. No, now it's like, all right, best team wins. You know what I mean? On the day, like that's. And for once, like, have that level of competitiveness to actually look at the squad and go, yeah, I actually think there's something in this squad that can actually push Arsenal, which, it's all we've been asking for. It seems like
I just also think one game a week just amplifies like what you can do. We watched United climb 15 places. They had Amorim in charge for half the season.
Exactly.
I think as long as you're on job like throughout the campaign tactically, and these players lock in, why not? Well, I say that these motherfuckers will get a Fulham dagger on Monday and just dead everything. It'll just be so typical.
I actually agree. I don't.
Man, we'll beat Fulham, man.
I'm not against.
Yeah, I think we will, but it would just be typical. Yeah, I think we could do this. Fulham 2-1
or a draw. Yeah,
it's just Leeds flashbacks, like me getting giddy, and then we just got our ass clapped around, fucking all over Leeds.
Of course, because it's still the Premier League at the end of the day, right? There's no real quote-unquote easy game, really. Like, for the most part, there's always like one team that gets slapped up week in, week out and gets relegated, but usually one
That's
gets
why I was so
promoted
pissed
week
with the
before.
recruitment, because when it gets to depth, I'm seeing fucking like Buonanotte and Tosin and Delap against Leeds.
Exactly. Whereas now we've actually
that poll
recruited players that are useful, that are profile-wise actually useful players.
How many games do we have until the international break? Is it 4 or 5?
4, I think.
4
so
games.
we got Fulham, Brighton, Arsenal, Hull, and then Brentford, 5.
Hey, bro, I'm looking at that Arsenal game. If we can go to the Emirates, bro, and beat this man, that's a statement right there, bro. That's a game I'm looking at.
I think we can, because like they weren't a golfing class in either of the league games. The only game out of the 4 that I think there was a genuine golfing class over was the first leg of the Carabao. And like we had like so many players out for that game. We had fucking Mark Hugh up top.
Yeah.
So like, the home game, we would have beaten them if Caicedo didn't have that stupid fucking red.
Exactly.
And then the away game, I think we could have nicked a draw, even down to 10 men. Arsenal weren't putting it on us like that.
We should have had a penalty in that game as well, man.
The away game?
Foul. Yeah, Declan Rice foul on Joao Pedro. We should have had a penalty in that game. I remember.
I don't remember it. I'll be so real. But either way, we all know the referees were up their arse last season. They had no penalties and no red cards the whole campaign.
Yeah. But it's good that we're meeting them this early. It's good.
Yeah.
I like the fact that.
And Trey, people respect us already, bro. We're fucking world champions, bro. In case you forgot, they 402 and counting. Up the Blues, up the fucking Blues. Champion to champion, respect champions. Fraud. But yeah, I lost my train of thought. The poll is saying like either it's locked between yes and yes with one more major signing. So I think a lot of fans are already kind of on the edge with this Chelsea team with 1 game a week, but they want one more signing. Ideally, I'm guessing a midfielder or a centre-back. I don't think there's like any other position that people are looking to strengthen. Goalkeeper! Yo, yeah, if they were able to replace Sanchez with somebody like semi-respectable, then I think a lot more people would be jumping on that train.
Because no one really
just the
wants
idea of protecting Sanchez for a whole season, it's a grey area for me. Because under Maresca, like, he was good. He was one of the best goalkeepers in the league in that 4-month period under Maresca. And then we went to a senior ball and died. Gave away stupid clean sheets left, right, and centre.
It's either that or hoping that Penders becomes the answer to our problems, which again is just a massive gamble. Like even more so of a gamble than Sanchez actually having a whole consistent season without making too many mistakes.
I'm just at the point where it's like, fuck it, just make the gamble, man.
Oh yeah, true.
Because if Penders ain't great, I'm looking at you lot and saying, why the fuck did you bring him in?
Yeah.
But Sanchez, like we already know what we're getting with him.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know. It's not enough time to go through to say, yeah, Sanchez is good enough. It's not enough. I'm going off like a 4-month pool of under Maresca where he was good.
Do you think if it wasn't for Maresca sacking, like, well, it's a hypothetical. We can say that if Maresca didn't get sacked, he continues that form. So it's mainly looking at with a more settled environment, maybe he'll be able to prolong that form that we saw from him.
Possibly.
So had Maresca had stayed, you would have still had the slow football, but you probably keep more clean sheets. My thing is just, I still don't think we would have been happy with the season at the end of it, because ultimately you're going to rely a lot more on your depth, and our depth just wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
So I think, and like that, and also with Club World Cup fatigue coming in and the players getting gassed towards the end of last season, it might have still ended up being a 5th or 6th place thing. And maybe you start to see a drop-off with that as well. Hey, Mello, bro, we already won the World Cup with him. Bro, that point was valid already. Hey, we moved. And that's not even me trying to do prop. I'm just trying to predict the season had he have stayed. I still think it would have been a 5th or 6th thing. Like, with hindsight. it just would not have been that fucking ending with like 6 losses in a row
Yeah.
and 1 win since the 4th of March against a Spurs team that still looked better than us.
I think we could have even gotten 4th if Maresca
Brother,
stayed.
even if you turned 4 of those losses to draws, we would have been top 5. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
top 5.
Like it's that like when people talk like, no, we're a 10th place team. No, we're not. But we're also not a challenging team until Alonso builds with this team. And I'm excited to have him build with this team. But the thing I said when we went for Rodgers, right? When you make these kind of signings, it puts pressure on everybody. But you go out and you sign a guy for 100 or something million, and it's like, okay, well, now the fan base, everybody's gonna be thinking about winning a league title. That means get the other pieces needed. Don't do a halfway job. Getting Lacroix was a good place to start. Even if the only other piece that you're able to get is a top keeper, I think we can challenge. We can do something. Not getting a top keeper is like, I do hope that Sanchez is good this year and he shows up throughout the entire year, no errors, nothing. I hope. But I don't trust him. I never have and never will. Every single year, every manager that we've had has said, oh, I want to try Jorgensen, or I want to try this other person because this guy's not good enough. Poch did it, right? When he came in.
Yeah.
He decided to try what's his name? The guy that we sent to Strasbourg and then sold, right? It was like, oh, I have to try him. Maresca did it too with Jorgensen, right?
Petrovic, you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, Petrovic. He did it with Jorgensen, right? And even last season, Wasilia did it again with Jorgensen, bringing in him randomly. And this year, now we're talking about this 19-year-old kid being our starting keeper because we don't know about this guy. So there's always a question of who is this guy? Is he going to be able to play? Is he going to be good enough for the whole season? So when people are like so confident with that, it's funny to me because every single year, it's the same thing with him. So nobody is confident. Not even his managers are confident. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why not just get somebody who's ready to play for you right now if you're trying to challenge right now. If you're trying to do, that's what you're trying to do right now is challenge and blah, blah, blah. So, you know what I mean? I just don't know. Daniel, he's 20, not 19. Wow, but you got me there. Big up. But yeah, so it's like every year it's the same thing with him. If you upgrade on him, I think we'd have a team that could really, really, really do something. You know, you could build a really strong back line for this season. People doubt some of these other players and, oh, Lacroix isn't good enough. Colwell is this or whatever. I've seen Colwell with a stable partner for an entire year. Even if I just get that, even if I just go back to that, right, I'm already at a top 3 back line. So it's like, you know, but it's just the other pieces that midfield worries me a lot. I don't know what's going on with the Enzo situation.
The balance,
if anything happens to Caicedo, I'm cooked. It's pretty much over, right? So it's like we act like it's all good, but there are other areas where it's like that's kind of scary. You know what I mean? Because even if you get Scott, would you be confident with Scott and Enzo?
No.
Would you even be confident with Enzo right now? I hate for something to happen and then we start doing the hindsight thing. Maybe I'm reading too much into the pictures or whatever. Bro, don't want to be here.
Yeah, I know. I just think like we'd get to next season and we'd have the same situation again where Enzo's trying to push for an exit.
It's just Enzo's being respectful about it because like we haven't done anything wrong. We put a fair fee out for him that he knows is fair.
More or less. Just
if
they're that worried, just put a release clause in, which, you know, satisfies somewhat middle ground. But yeah, at the end of the day, he's a professional player. Yeah. He's got a contract for 6 years. He has to do the right thing and just put his head down and just continue working. You know what I mean? That's how it's meant to go. Whether that does happen or not is a different
story. He did it last season, even at that point, even when we got to a point where he wanted to leave anyway.
Wait, this season.
This is what I'm trying to. I hope we kind of avoid is Man City making a 125, 130 million bid with us having 2-3 days left to to
get a
replace him. He's
replacement.
not going to care that we have 2-3 days left. He's going to say, "Well, they've offered you what you wanted. Let me go." Right?
Yeah.
No, but we're gonna have a deadline by that point. Like, obviously, the last one was fake, but like, we want a settled squad by the end of the window, and we also want to make sure that our replacement is guaranteed ready. That won't be the case with a day or two left of the window, so we just tell them fuck off. Too late, because they've known what the price is for the whole window. You drop that like 2 days left to go, then I actually think you're trying to fuck us over.
Of course, I mean, it's obvious that Man City's, but we've done this too, right? To other teams where they asked us like the Enzo thing or the Caicedo thing that went to the last day of the window. They asked us and told us what the price was. Eventually, we paid it, but we waited till the end of the window to actually pay it. It's one of those things where it's like I can see other teams doing that same thing. It's like, let me move out my other pieces. Let me sell these guys I want to sell. Let me sell Nico, Reindeers, and then buy Buati, and then we'll come in and all right, if we have to pay the 130, we'll pay the 130 the last day of the window or something. Like that's what I'm scared.
Yeah, but like these man ain't broke where it's like, oh, I gotta get this guy gone and this guy gone and then this guy gone. Like, get Enzo sorted, and then you've got even more reason to force them out the door.
They not,
it's
but
like what we did. Like
in my head, they know that
now you see Caliber leaving. Now you see like Tosin getting offers. Badia Shields been told he ain't part of the project.
Yeah, I agree with you, but they know Enzo's price is kind of set. Maybe they're trying to get Buati first, right?
It's set by them.
Yeah, probably.
Furthermore, it is set by them because they set the market with Elliot Anderson. And they wanted Enzo at that point too. Why didn't you just get Enzo sorted first and then use that as a barometer to try and get Elliot Anderson on the cheap? Their sporting director's just a moron.
Yeah. Well, hold up. I got a question.
Yeah.
This season, where do you predominantly see Reece being used?
Right centre back.
Yeah, right centre back. Yeah,
right centre back.
Stepping into the midfield at times as well to like just aid like Caicedo and Enzo and let them push forward a bit, because obviously Enzo needs to be like protected defensively.
Yeah,
I think having Reece James and Lacroix, especially Lacroix, who can step out as well, even for Fana, that's how you do it.
What would you say out of 10 is Enzo's capacity defensively? Like out of 10, what would you put him?
5. Like, he can do it, but he has his deficiencies in it.
Would it be too much to ask him?
He's not really defensively aware. He can't turn. He's not the most physical, but he can do it.
Would it be too much to ask for him to get to a 6.5?
The structure could help him get to a 6.5.
Yeah. No, I'm not talking about the structure. I'm talking about him like as a because there's a I think there's a certain level.
But the structure does play a part, though, no?
I think the structure. I'm not saying the structure can't get him to a 6.5. A 6.5 is not good enough. I'm saying he needs to get to a 6.5 so the structure can help him get to an 8. But his personal ability needs to get to a 6.5 because I feel like with a 6.5, the manager can do things to get to hide certain things and where you look like you're an 8. You know what I'm saying? We've seen it with a guy like a McAllister.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he can get any better at it than what he already is now.
Nah, you can. It's an IQ thing.
Yeah. That and also just like a physicality thing. If he could cover more ground a bit faster, I could hear it. If he could like turn a bit quicker, I could hear it.
Yeah, but even like I saw someone like someone like Lampard who's just as slow, right? Would you say Lampard is faster than Enzo?
Probably marginally, like
barely, maybe.
Definitely still more mobile.
Yeah,
but he seems more mobile.
He's way smarter though.
Got to improve your IQ, and then you can, guys like Cruz. All these guys they're not defensively crazy or smart, but or like flashy athletically, but they're just smart enough to know
decision making.
Just get better
Maybe
at
Xabi Alonso can like help educate him on that side.
Even Xabi Alonso wasn't like some athletic demon.
Because you
can never outrun. He had Mascherano.
You can never outrun. you can never outrun the ball. That's the thing. If you actually play the ball first time or one touch pass, you're never going to outrun the ball. So like if you know that, you scan your pass and pick your pass early. Like you don't really need to be blessed with pace in midfield as a central midfielder. You just need to retain possession and play the ball like quick as possible when it's on.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. It's just get better at what you can get better at. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to become a defensive giant like Caicedo is, or become as athletic or physically capable as he is. But you got to get better. You definitely have to get better. You know what I mean? Like I mean
Billy
even a
Gilmore
guy
was
like
spraying balls.
Tielemans. I mean, it took Tielemans a while, but even Tielemans has gotten better on his defensive ability. And Tielemans is the slowest player in this league, probably.
Yeah, but he's got good passing range, and we saw even under like someone like Potter, we saw Enzo like hitting 30, 40 diagonal balls, and they were accurate passes, and he didn't have to be overly athletic. It was just his passing was good back then. It just got complicated once managers started putting him in the forward line, and suddenly Enzo thinks he's a box crashing, goal scoring midfielder, and he's forgotten what his actual position is, what he used to do.
I think in the same way that he improved his IQ to know when to arrive in the box, right?
Possibly. You
can improve your IQ to know when players are going to make runs. Like tracking runners is a big thing that I don't like. Our midfielders don't do very well. I always like, they're making runs off you. Follow him. Track your runners. Scan. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't venture off too much. Even if you see an opportunity there, just don't venture off too much. Like, the physical ability is one thing, but like Jorginho was somebody who I felt there was no more physical peak for him to like fix, and he did all he could IQ wise to make himself a better player. He just was limited, right? There was no getting better there. I don't think Enzo has reached the peak of his IQ, like where he can get so much better.
If Enzo improve,
Go ahead.
Go on, finish your point. Finish your point.
No, I was done.
Daniel.
Go ahead.
Nah, but if Enzo can improve on his decision making, it will take him at least 2-3 levels up as a player, man. If he can improve in terms of the decision making, his IQ, his scanning, in the midfield, it will take him up levels.
What better manager to do that than Xabi Alonso, no?
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like we're asking a lot.
In a way. Yeah, I mean, it's all on him, really, because he can make this simple. If he just, as we said, keeps his head down, works, agrees to at least even one more season. Someone even suggested, like what happened with Hazard, we just came to an agreement that, look, you want to go Real Madrid, go next season, the season after, you know what I mean? And he had like his best season, and then he left. You know what I mean? So ideally, if that's still the case, then sure, we lose him next season. But it's all on him and his agent, really, how much they want to push this. And if we do accept, because I know what Daniel said, if we end up accepting like more than we want, like a day or two before the window closes, then that's just our fault. If we then try to turn to Palace and say, all right, we got the money, here's £110 million for compensation for bidding so late on Wharton, and then like they either tell us no, because like they haven't got enough time to buy their replacement, or maybe they do accept it. Cool, everyone's happy somewhat, but if that doesn't the case, then that's just our fault for accepting that late bid. So there's no two ways about it.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. It is what it is. Mando, I'm going to wrap this anyway because I need to get a video sorted for later on today. Big up to the panel, though. Big up to the chat. We'll be back live tomorrow, hopefully with a Here We Go. And it's just seen Lee's gone live, so I'll send you over there. Everyone spam World Champions Raid. We'll see you all soon. Big up.
Hope the chills.